oh boy, this is our live visit. Going live for this game here today, again for the Titans, and God bless me, man, because I'm going to need it here today. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKRsport, we are live for the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Gold Coast Titans. Obviously, this is my team. Disclaimer here, we will chuck the disclaimer with every single Titans game. This is going to be slightly different. Well, not even slightly. This is going to be a different live stream commentary to what you would be used to when my team isn't playing. My team is obviously playing here today. You will see a very passionate response for my boys, and obviously I'll do my best to commentate it overall and let you know exactly what's happening, and I will give you my opinion whether the team is going bad or they're going good. But the point of the matter is that you will see me passionately supporting my team, just like you would passionately support your team. So you will see the ups and downs emotions of what I experience here today. We do have two more games after this, though, which will be a lot more chill and a lot more easily able to commentate those games than this one here specifically. Those games later on today are the Rabbitohs taking on the Dragons and the Tigers versus the Broncos. But then again, I get called a Dragons fan here on the channel. Apparently I'm a biased Dragons commentator, as we heard last week. So maybe not. Maybe I'm going to be raging at that game too, even though I have no support for the Dragons there. But apparently so last week is what I was told. But guys, let's get into today's game. Obviously, it does start in about an hour's time. If you're a Warriors fan, please, for the love of God, just understand that I'm aware of my team. I'm aware of my team, and I'm doing my best here, son. But we are your bogey team. Hopefully that continues here today. Please, just give us some strength here. Give us something. Give us something to go and just cheer it home over here in the beautiful old Aotearoa in New Zealand, man. I'm looking forward to this game. So hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's smash through it. So the New Zealand Warriors, they come into this game from third position. Are they still there? Yes, they are. It does change around through the early games, so that's why I just clarify here. And the Gold Coast Titans, they come into this game from 15th, and I'm pretty certain they have gone down to 15th because of that Raiders win yesterday against the Melbourne Storm, which put the Storm into the bottom four. So this is third versus 15th. This is at Go Media Stadium in Auckland. Now, the ins here for the Warriors: Charles Nicholl-Klokstad, Kurt Capewell, and Mitchell Barnett. With the outs being Eddie Yeremai-Tuava, Luke Hanson, and Tanner Stowers-Smith. Some big ins here for the Wars. The fullback is Charles Nicholl-Klokstad, with the wingers being Dylan Watini-Zalesniak and Alofiana Khan-Pereira. Centers of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and Ali Leotawa. The 5'8" is Chanel Harris-DeVito, with the halfback being Tanwa Boyd. Then you go to the front row forwards of James Fisher-Harris, who was the captain, and Jackson Ford. Number 9 is Wade Egan. Back row of Leka the Wrecker Halasima and Kurt Capewell, with the 13 being Aaron Clark. And then the interchange is Taintual Picky, who was dropped to the interchange here, which is interesting. Sam Healy, Marata Niakore, Dimitri Vaimalga, Jacob Laban, and Mitchell Barnett, with the coach being Andrew Webster. Did I just read through the Gold Coast Titans lineup of 2023, or did I not? Because Tanner Boyd, Alofiana Khan-Pereira, you've also got Aaron Clark, and Taintual Picky is actually from the Gold Coast Titans as a younger lad. So I'm going to claim it, all right? I'm going to claim it there. A lot of recognisable names for Gold Coast Titans fans. But then again, the Gold Coast is essentially Auckland West. It really is, especially for Titans games at Seabus. When they take on the Warriors, it is just an entire stadium full of New Zealand Warriors fans. Because again, Gold Coast is Auckland West. But look, when you look at this New Zealand Warriors team, this year has been quite interesting for them because, like, they are third place on the table and they have been going great guns, but there has been a couple of slip-ups in those two games that did obviously concern you a little bit at the time, but obviously they've bounced straight back to it. And this is why I say it's a bit weird, because they won their first 3 games in a row against pretty good opposition, what you would have expected to be pretty good opposition is what I should say, where they beat the Roosters 42-18, they beat the Raiders 40 points to 6, and they beat the Knights 38-12. Knights weren't expected to be a good team this year, but they ended up being a good team so far this season, besides maybe the Tigers game and the Warriors game here. So you look at that, you do respect that result, especially winning by such a convincing margin in Newcastle, considering their form. The Raiders game, it's like, well, you respect it based off of last year's table, where the Raiders came the minor premiers, but they currently are situated down in that bottom 4, bottom 5 region right now. The other reason they're out of the bottom 4 is because of that slight win against the Melbourne Storm yesterday, who now are in the bottom 4. So the Raiders game, it's like you respect based off last season, not so much on this season. And the Roosters game, you just respect in general because they did make the top 8 last year and they are expected to do a lot better this year, even though, yikes, there's not been exactly spectacular overall. But I do respect those early 3 matchups there. And the biggest thing that I was saying at the beginning part of this season for the Warriors is that I didn't pre-season believe that the Warriors were going to be able to kick on this year. And the reason being is because halfway through last year, we noted that even though Metcalf was playing really well, the attack of the Warriors was not great. The attack of the Warriors was situated around that 10-11 area, and the defense was situated in the top 3, top 4 area. So the reason why they were in the top 4 last year was because of their defense, not because of their attack. And then obviously we saw the second half of the season play out the way that it did. I didn't know and didn't think that this Warriors team was going to be able to have that kind of electric attack. But the reason why we've seen their electric attack really come to play here is because Tanner Boyd has come in and they've been able to score 42 points, 40 points, and 38 points in those first 3 weeks. Yes, they lost to the Tigers 32-14, and yes, they lost to the Sharks 36-22, but then they come out and absolutely slap the Melbourne Storm 38-14. Now, the Storm aren't that fantastic, and that result isn't exactly a pure respectable result on the basis of how the Storm are going right now, but it was a really good performance from the Warriors. The Storm were not good, but the Warriors were really good. Not mutually exclusive there. They came and just absolutely smashed them physically in Melbourne to make them lose 2 games in a row at home and 4 games in a row in general. I was tripping up on my words there, but it was a great performance there for the Warriors to bounce back from those 2 losses. So with 3 early season games, they killed it for points, and then the 2 games after that, where they did have Tanner Boyd and Metcalf there, it wasn't really working out. They did limit those points, and then they come back in against the Storm, and they bump back up to around that 40. So this is just working for them right now. Tanner Boyd and Chanel Harris-Tavita are just simply working for the Warriors right now. And that's not to... And this is the thing, like I feel bad that it's constantly having to criticise the inclusion of Luke Metcalf, and we know how good he can be. But it just is clearly an issue right now. There is the elephant in the room that when we see him back in, the points are limited for the Warriors, and they do look a little bit disjointed when it is Tanner Boyd and Chanel Harris-Tavita. They are scoring basically 40 points every single game. 38 against the Storm, 38 against the Knights, 40 against the Raiders, and 42 against the Roosters. So they're scoring a lot of points right now, which does change from what we saw last year and shows that they've got this attack in them. They've got Lofiana Khan-Pereira here, obviously comes across from the Gold Coast Titans last year, who is an elite try scorer. Defensively has his issues, but he also had a really good game last week against the Melbourne Storm there, and it was his first game in, and now he's slapping it up alongside the winger of Martinez Lesniak. They've got a speedy winger there. He's speedy. The Titans, if anybody knows him, we know him more than you guys do. If he gets into open space, we're just not catching him, son. No, we're just not catching him here, unfortunately. We know how speedy the old Lofmeister is, and he could definitely slap us up here today for a couple of tries. That is absolutely for sure. But again, this Warriors team just is really, really strong. You know, their forward pack is a monster. It's a machine right now. One of the best forward packs in the game. Fisher Harris and Jackson Ford, incredible. I think Ford's still top of the Daily M's, if I'm not mistaken. The back rowers of Leckart Seam and Kurt Catewell, incredible stuff. And Aaron Clark in the 13, he's brilliant. And the number 9, Wade Egan. You are just simply not complaining at all about that forward pack. And you're just really not complaining too much about this back line either. The issue with the Warriors is that they lose games, and this is the thing that we've seen for many years now, and Warriors, if you get offended by this, then you haven't watched long enough, because you know what I'm saying here. The Warriors have this really weird knack over the years of when they are expected to win the game, they will lose it. And when they're expected to lose the game, they will somehow win it. Now, this year, they're not expected necessarily to lose games and whatnot, but they were expected to win against the Tigers with a couple of plays out there for the Tigers, and they were expected to do better against the Sharkies, but they did lose that. But those 2 games, specifically the Tigers game, especially being in Auckland as well, was a real key emphasis as to the Warriors still have that ability in them to not get into the game as much as you would have expected them to. And that's what I do worry about them for, because that is a common theme across the club history that they haven't necessarily been able to read yet. Now, go and win this game. That's great. You should win this game. The Warriors should simply win this game against the Gold Coast Titans, despite the fact the Titans are coming off a 50-point slap up of the Eels. The Eels have given up essentially 50 points 3 times this year. Twice to the Storm and the Titans, and 48 points to the Panthers. But you should be beating the Titans here. However, you haven't beaten the Titans in New Zealand since 2019. And what's crazy about that is that the Titans haven't been a good team. There's only 1 year there that they actually started a losing record, but they made the 8 in 2021. So they came fourth last, and then second last in the last 4 years. And in those 4 years, you haven't beaten the Titans in Auckland, and I think you beat the Titans maybe once at Seabass, or it could have been twice to be fair, but also one of the games included a 66-6 drubbing by the Titans who finished fourth last that year. So it's really strange to me how this Warriors team just doesn't seem to get up for this Titans game on a pretty regular basis, but I think that does align with what we're saying here, that sometimes they just don't click in games that they are expected to absolutely drub the opposition, and they just don't turn up at random times, and it just randomly happens to be the Titans, which is making it less random and more consistent. But it's just such a weird notion, because usually the Titans aren't a bogey team for others. Everyone is usually the bogey team with the Titans. I mean, everyone. Because the Warriors used to just always beat the Titans from 2010, after the Titans won that finals game and knocked the Warriors out in 2010 in the first round of the finals. Since then, from 2011 onwards, it was just Warriors every single year. We could just simply never get a win, home or away. And then it just changed for some reason in 2020. So you did win your last game against the Titans last year, but also you lost to them last year in Auckland, as well, which is just crazy to think about. So it is an irky matchup here. But again, on merit, on paper, and with the form of the two teams so far this season as a collective, we would be saying the Warriors should be winning this game 13+. They really should be, but you never know. Let's move over to the Titans now, with their ends being Josh Paxton and the best halves in the business, Cleese Haas. The outs are AJ Brimson and Chris Randall. Fullback is Keanu Kenny, with the wingers being Sielateli Faimani and Philip Sami. Centres of Jojo Fida and Jalen de Groot gets his first start of the year. 5'8" is Lachlan Ilias, with the halfback being Jaden Campbell. Then you go to the props of Curtis Morin and Tino for Asul Malawi. Number 9 is Sammy Verrills. Back row of Adama Howe, Daddy Ram, and Bo Firma, with the 13 being Cooper Bai getting his first start of the year. How good is that to see? Cooper Bai is in. Then you go to the interchange of Oliver Pascoe, Mikey Fodawaker, Adam Christensen, Cleese Haas, Zane Harrison, and Josh Paxton, with the coach being Josh Hannay. The Titans, for mine, have had one really good performance this year. One really good performance. Through the first 6 rounds, they lost to the Sharkies 50-10. If you think that's a good performance, please give yourself an uppercut. Then they lost to the Dolphins 18-14. Now, I will say for 55 minutes in this game, the Titans did look really improved on defense, but then completely threw the game away like they would typically do. It wasn't a fantastic 80-minute collective game for the Gold Coast Titans in that one. Then they had one of the worst games of the season against the Cowboys 30-16. Beat the Dragons 22-14 for their first win of the season. But if you watch that game, it gave you an aneurysm watching, but at the end of the day, they got the 2 points, and that's the most crucial thing. But I wouldn't necessarily say it was an impressive win. It was just an impressive 2 points. You take the 2 points, but it wasn't an impressive performance to show that they were a clearly different team to the past there, especially with the Dragons not having won a game so far this season. Then they go in against the Broncos, and look, a bit of a tough one there. A bit of a tough one. They lost 26-12. Should have done better overall. So it wasn't a fantastic performance, but the first half was good, but still the errors were there. But then last week was obviously a really good performance where they won 52 points at 10, but it was against Parramatta, who have given up 350 bombs this year, minus 2 points with the Panthers to make it 48. So it's like, again, essentially, they've given up the 330 bombs there. So there's only, for mine, one really good performance. But at the very least there for the Titans, that was last week. It wasn't like 4 weeks ago kind of deal. It was the last game that we saw. So maybe this is a turning point. As a Titans fan, we have to believe that this is a turning point. As a Titans fan, you have to have the faith that that is the, coming to the party game where it plays you into form and then you just go on a roll. The confidence is flying for Keanu Kenny, who had a really good game last week. Obviously, Warriors fans who are also Kiwis fans, you'd really want to be seeing Keanu get back to his best because you do have the World Cup coming up later on this year and he is your fullback. Unless Keanu Ponga gets in, he is currently injured right now, but Keanu Kenny has been your fullback for a little bit now, and I know you want to see the best for Special K there. So he had a really amazing game last week. He was the best fullback in the game in round 6. So hopefully he can continue that. I know you don't want that today, but you do want his confidence to definitely maintain. And Jojo Fida has been so consistent this year. Faimani's got a couple of tries last week. Philip Sami, good to see that that he is in. He's having a pretty good year. He's off to the Dragons next year, but he's having a pretty good year for the Gold Coast at the moment. Obviously, Jalen de Groot has to come in for AJ Brimo, but de Groot he's been killing it in Cup. He's been absolutely killing it in Cup. So I like to see him included. It just comes down to the halves for me with the Titans. Ilias, for mine, is not the long-term future, but I understand why they're playing him right now. However, I think we all come to the same agreement that Lachlan Ilias isn't the long-term future here at the Gold Coast Titans. Jaden Campbell is, but I would, again, this is my personal opinion here in regards to the halves, but I would personally put Jaden Campbell as a 6, and I truly, genuinely believe that Zane Harrison is the future in regards to the 7. I think that he is a game managing 7, which the Titans have not had for a very, very long time. And I think that if he's not ready, then when will he be ready? He's on the extended bench here today. I would love to see him get a crack, but I doubt it. It would only come down to injury of, say, Ilias or JC. But I really want to see Zane Harrison at some point this season because I think he is the answer here for the Gold Coast long term. And that would sort out a position of need. Because whilst JC is playing well and he is doing good, I think that ultimately he would be even better in the 6. I think that his play style is even better in the 6, and Zane Harrison, his play style would really suit that 7. So I'm not even looking to hate on Lachlan Ilias here at all, because he's a player of my team. I want to see him kill it. I would love to see him go and win the premiership. Prove me wrong, prove everybody wrong. Go and be the greatest player of all time, be better than Nathan Cleary. I would love to see that, but I haven't seen that just yet. So that's why I still have that belief in the long-term future, more so being Zane alongside Jaden Campbell. And I love the forwards here for the Gold Coast, but they don't always put in. Unfortunately, like on paper, this is a really good forward pack, but the paper doesn't actually usually perform, unfortunately, for the Titans here. Now, Curtis Moran has been one of the best signings of the season, actually, across the game. He's been really good here for the Gold Coast. Even through their form, he has been one of their shining lights. Tino still needs to improve his form, but last week was a lot better. Sammy Verrills definitely needs to improve his form, but there is a good 1-2 punch here with Oliver Pascoe, who is a rookie this year, who is just absolutely crushing it, man. And he had a really good game last week, and he'll come on when the forwards are tired to really spice it up a little bit. So Sam Verrills is definitely more so on the defensive side, and then Oliver Pascoe brings in that attacking edge when the game gets more into the tiredness. So I do like that 1-2 punch. The back row, Adam Howe has been brilliant, and Bowie Firma unfortunately has not been great for us this season, but we know what kind of talent that he can provide. So he just needs to find his form again, find his confidence again, and hopefully last week, even though individually speaking he wasn't one of the best in the game by any means, at the end of the day, hopefully he finds his confidence to regain the form that we know that both Emma can have. And it's just so exciting to see Cooper Bye getting the start here. You know, people have been calling it all season long. Everyone's been touting him since preseason as the rookie of the year. I do feel like there's probably some other players right now who probably have it over the top of him. But this will be his first start, and if he has a cracker game, well, Josh Hannon might be like, well, it's just time that you do start. Because I have actually liked him off the bench recently, where he comes on more so when the game's getting a bit more tired and comes on with a little bit of spice, similar to what you see with Oliver Pascoe there. So, look, overall, when you go through both these two teams, from a non-biased level, the Warriors really should be winning this and winning this game well. Like, I'm going to support my team, and I'm going to back in my team, and I'm going to say that based off of the bogey curse thing that we kind of have over the Warriors since 2020, and because we just randomly put in at times, I'm going to back us in and to win the game. But I'm fully aware and understanding of the current situation that this is by no means a guarantee whatsoever, and the Warriors on their own team basis, on their form this season, and what their expectations are for this club, they should be winning this game 13+. And if you don't win this game by a mozza, and if you lose this game, gee whiz, this would really hit you in the ego. It would really hit the confidence of this club, because they should be wanting not only to play for Loffy, Aaron Clark, and Tanner Boyd, who people claim the Titans didn't believe in them. That's not the truth. It's not the truth that the Titans didn't believe in them. It's actually quite niche in regards to Loffy. But in regards to Tanner, I know Tanner. Tanner is a brilliant bloke. I love Tanner. Just unbelievably respectful, and I'll always respect that man. I love him to death. Tanner wasn't great at the Gold Coast. He didn't kick on at the Gold Coast. It's more of a club problem with the halfback than it was specifically a Tanner problem, in my personal opinion, because he did it for the Australian schoolboys and he's doing really well here with the Warriors. I think it really does align there with it being a club problem, because again, you do look at Jamal Fogarty, who's gone on to do well at the Raiders and now is putting on a couple of performances here for Manly. You look at Toby Sexton, who was doing well for the Doggies, and then they kind of fell off once he went. I'm not saying that's just because of him, but the emphasis was there that, you know, he was putting in performances for a team that was undefeated at the time last year. The club has always been detrimental to halfbacks. So Tanner Boyd wasn't believed in. They actually believed in Tanner Boyd a lot, so much so that they even moved on from other players to implement him in. But unfortunately, the club is just an absolute detriment to the 7th position. So please, when it comes to saying the Titans didn't believe in Tanner, that is absolutely incorrect. It was just better for Tanner to make his move and to go to the Warriors where it has suited him, and that's brilliant to see. But it wasn't due to the fact that the Titans didn't believe in them. It just came to a point where it needed to happen for his career and for the club as well. For Lofiana Khan-Pereira, it definitely wasn't because the club didn't believe in him. I think it was because him and Des didn't really kind of get along on a great level, and Desi didn't really like the lacking of defense, because we can see his X factor, his creativity in the attack, his speed in the attack. It's brilliant, but him and Desi just really came to frustration with each other, is what we'll say, and he started getting put onto the bench as a winger and not getting a single minute in the game. And this was when there was only 4 players on the bench, and it was so pointless to see from Des last year. I think that Lofi became disillusioned with the club, and there was a bit of a falling out there because of that situation, and because unfortunately Des was kind of playing mind games with him overall. And then he's gone over to the Warriors here, and he got his first start last week. But again, it wasn't because the club or anybody didn't believe in Lofiana Khan-Pereira, but it just made sense considering the situation we saw last year. I wonder if he would have kicked with Josh Hannay. It would have been interesting, but also I think Josh moving in a different direction anyway. But it's not that nobody believed in Lofiana Khan-Pereira. You know, but this was the better move for his career. And then specifically in regards to Aaron Clark, because I see this every single week. I see a lot of people always saying the Titans never believed in Aaron Clark. That is absolutely full of shit. Anyone who says that the Titans didn't believe in Aaron Clark is absolutely bullshit. The reason why Aaron Clark left the Titans was because he was following his mum back to New Zealand. He is from New Zealand. You know, there is no bad blood. There is all love for Ez Clark. He's an unbelievable man. He's so humble. He puts in a job, and he's been brilliant for the Warriors. But if you say the Titans didn't believe in them, you are absolutely incorrect. They believed in him so much they put him in different positions trying to accommodate him because they know how good of a player he can be. Everyone knows how good Aaron can be. We saw it at the Titans, just not on a consistent level, because the club has not been at a good level for years now. Nearly ever, since 2010. Because from 2009, 2010, we made 2 finals and we were looking really good. We were in 3rd place and 4th place. Warriors fans, you know that, because we knocked you out in 2010 in the finals for our only win in finals history, by the way. But no one ever said that Aaron Clark was not a good player and that no one believed in him. He just went home with his mum, which is completely understandable, makes sense, and again, he is a Kiwi boy. He is from New Zealand. So that is with all respect there, man. So I just need to really clarify that in regards to those players, because there just is some really, really strange notions that the club didn't believe in these guys. And it's just not necessarily true whatsoever. So yeah, we still love them. I still, when they're not playing the Titans, and even today, but like when they're not playing the Titans, I back them in every week. You guys watch my streams, you watch the Warriors games when I'm here, and it's not the Titans games. I want to see Tanner make every conversion and score a billion tries. I want to see Aaron Clark get over the stripe. I want to see Lofiana kill it. I want to see these guys get the job done. It's just today, it's obviously a bit of a different story. But yeah, that is the game preview for this one. Again, Warriors should win at 13 plus based off of their own merit, but this is a bogey side for them. Haven't won here in Auckland against the Titans since 2019. And they just simply need to win it to show that this early season form is legitimate. Now, in regards to the table, the Warriors, they're in 3rd position on 8 points, which is equal with Manly. What? Rabbitohs and Knights, Sharks, Bulldogs, Cowboys, and the Roosters. But the Warriors' points differential, much better than last season, which is showing your attack, plus 76 compared to Manly plus 38, Rabbitohs plus 12, Knights plus 12, Sharks plus 6, Bulldogs plus 5, but the Sharks had the bye, minus 16 for the Cowboys, and minus 23 there for the Roosters. So if you win this this game here, Warriors, your points differential's really good anyway. You will, for the time being, go into second position above the Tigers because they're on plus 64. However, they play the Broncos later on today. If they win that game, you would finish off the round in third position because nobody else is chasing you down in regards to that points differential as we currently speak. So if you win this game, you will be in second and then hope the Broncos later on tonight beat the Tigers. Then you'll stay in second. But if the Broncos lose to the Tigers, you will go back down into third position. If you lose this game, however, you're not going to be dropping out of the top 8 by any means, but you've seen the Cowboys, who were in 4th position, already drop to 9th position this round. So literally after the game, so the Cowboys on the first game of the round played Manly, and they were in 4th position. They were flying. Now, after one game, with no other games played this round, they dropped from 4th to 9th. So this should show to you how volatile this situation is right now in regards to the ladder in the top 8, especially with it only being 7 rounds in, 6.5 rounds in. But it is so volatile. However, the difference between you and the Cowboys is that your points differential is plus 76 and the Cowboys is minus 16. So as we go off last year, when people were trying to criticise me for calling out the Warriors points differential, I know you understand it now, don't you? Plus 76 here. So if you lost this, you would have to lose by dead set 40 points to go below Manly. That's not happening. The Rabbitohs play the Dragons. If they win, they go above you, so you would go into 4th position. The Knights play the Roosters. If they win, you would go into 5th position. The Sharks have had their bias. You won't go below them unless literally you lost by 71 points. So you'd be in... so you're in 5th there. And then the Bulldogs, if they beat the Eels, you would go into 6th position. And that is it. So the lowest that you could go is into 6th position here, Warriors, but it is actually relatively likely too, because you would be backing in the Rabbitohs against the Dragons. That's the next game right after this. Knights Roosters is a tough one to call. It really is. And Bulldogs, you'd be backing to beat the Eels. So you probably would drop out of the top 4, sorry. But you wouldn't be dropping too far. However, it is quite likely that you could finish as low as 6th position there, based off of those games. Because Knights Roosters is, I'm going to probably back into Chooks, but it's not an easy game to call that one at all. So that's the Warriors. On the other side of the table, you've got the Gold Coast Titans in 15th. Now, there's not going to be too much movement here. They're on 4 points alongside the Melbourne Storm and also the Parramatta Eels. The Storm have a minus 2 points differential, Titans with minus 22, and the Eels minus 102. Yikes. So they're 4 points clear of the Dragons, and that means that they can't go into last this week regardless. Now, next week, the Titans actually get a bye as well, which is very beneficial for the confidence in regards to really separating it. But if they lose this game, they just need the Bulldogs to beat the Eels tomorrow, because the Eels are minus 102. The Titans aren't losing by 80 plus here today. If they do that, well, then I'm going to throw myself face first through this computer screen. So they're not going to lose by 80 points here today. The Eels would have to win. They'd probably just situate themselves in 15th position this round, because you would assume the Bulldogs beat the Eels unless you guys are... unless the Bulldogs do what they've done so far this season, minus that Panthers game, even though the Panthers have looked a little bit shaky. I did take them off fraud a lot, though, because I'll tell you why in a second. Yeah, the Titans probably finish in 15th with a loss. With a win, though, they would jump above the Storm, so the Storm would go into 15th position. They would also go equal with the Raiders, the Dolphins, and the Broncos on 6 points. Now, the minus 22 points differential right now would automatically put them above the Raiders on minus 63. It would also put them above the Dolphins on minus 27, who have already played this round, but it wouldn't put them above the Broncos. So the Broncos are on minus 6. So if they were to, say the Titans won this game by 6 points, they would go to minus 16. And then if the Broncos lost by 12 points, well, then the Broncos would go below the Titans, and the Titans would move into 11th position. So that'd be super interesting, man. That'd be really, really interesting there. But it would just rely upon things going their way. However, there is, with a win, the Titans would be at a minimum, they would be in 12th position, which is great considering that they were, they have been struggling the last couple of years, man. Well, ever is what I'll say, ever. So that is I'll take anything, man. I would just like to have one season where I can just enjoy more than just one game. You know what I mean? Like, I just want, I know Warriors fans understand it. You've been the definition of purgatory throughout your entire existence, really, where you haven't won anything, but you haven't come last as well. But you have had some definite tough years at the Wars, man, and I do respect that alongside. It's not been as bad as the Titans, but also it's nothing to really rave about overall. But I know you know what I mean when I say I just want to have a year where I can sit back and enjoy it for once, because it's so difficult. As a content creator, it makes it a little bit easier because I'm able to watch every single game, so I can respect and enjoy the game of rugby league whenever my team's not playing. If I was just Titans, and I was just watching the Titans, and it was the only thing that I did, and I didn't have a content creation, I didn't do YouTube and whatnot. It would be so shit. It would be so shit to support this club. But at the very least, the very minimum, I have the ability to watch all the games, man. So I take it. I take it for what it is, and I just want 1 year that I can sit back and enjoy, man. You guys will be able to enjoy it too, as we actually have some excitement on these streams compared to crying all the time. Because, I will react how I want to react. I think there's power in showing emotion. There is power in men showing that they can cry, and that they do care, and that they do have emotion. So that's why I'm happy to do that on stream with how I'm feeling and whatnot, because it does encourage others to understand that you can be emotional and it is okay to not be okay, kind of deal. So that's what we do on these streams, and we keep cracking on, man. But obviously hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Read the room here today, guys. Obviously, all good for some banter. We have a bit of a laugh and whatnot, but also read the room in the hectic moments. You guys know that these streams, the moderators do protect the comments a lot more than the other ones and whatnot. But let's have a good time, and hopefully we get a good game here. Hopefully we get a good game. Let's open up the old chat holder. With the $15 donation, get around your Olivia. It's another day, another dono. I'm going to a 21st birthday party tonight, so I will try to pop in and out throughout the evening. I have money on the Titans and the Broncos tonight, so they better not let me down. Oh, yes, okay, so you've bet on 2 underdog selections, and you've said they better not let me down. Olivia, back you in. Fire it up. I don't know how to call that Tigers-Broncos tonight, because you want to tip the Tigers, but also the Tigers apparently haven't beaten the Broncos at Campbelltown for like 30 years or something ridiculous. They've only played there like 11 times, but they haven't beaten them there in a very long time. Like a very, very, very long time. Cal J Music says, but thank you for the dono, Olivia. Cal J Music says, Zillman, anytime try score Zillman. Look, you're right, but I think you're missing out on William Zillman to score a try here first, really. I think you're right in regards to anytime try scorer Zillman, but if I was really going to knuckle down and try and get a try scorer here, I would be probably taking William Zillman first off and first and foremost, yeah. Kulas is kind of a Titan sitting at Upper Coomera watching the game on my phone. Get around you. Well, Upper Coomera, that's New Zealand. Cooper Bye starting. Chrissy Randall out and Brimo out for Bub's rival. Going to be an awesome game, hopefully. Sam says, a rearrange was, and you get wash because they are washed. Sam, you are a Kiwi. I know you're a Titans fan, but you are a Kiwi. Royal Graham actually says, good luck today, mate. I'm rooting for the Titans even more, so Storm drop another position. Hey, listen, Warriors fans, your biggest rival nowadays is probably the Raiders, actually, with the kind of animosity between the two fan bases right now. But like long term, your biggest rival has probably been the Storm. So why don't you do us a favour here? You don't like the Melbourne Storm because they typically beat you, but then again, you beat them last week. But overall, you don't like them. How about you lose here today, just so that they can go into third last with a potential chance of going into second last? Would that not get you going? I think that should get you going. I think that really would get you going. I think that's better than a win for you, actually. Yes. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, I think they should just throw the game. Apparently the Panthers threw the game deliberately last week, is what we got told last night. Apparently they rigged the game to lose it for Ciraldo, which was incredible conversation last night. So maybe you should just do the same here. I know it won't be for Ciraldo, but it'll be for my mental health. How about that? Cal says, come on to Titans. Minty says, Warriors win today, buddy. Okay, champ. Sean says, good morning, mate. Get around your Shauno. Sam says, there's a rule for chat today. Anyone supporting the Wars is on the ASD for sure. Okay. Brenton says, come on the tits. Come on the tits. Always love it. We helped you for position on the ladder against the Raiders. Do us the favour against the Wars. You helped us for position on the ladder against the Raiders. Well, to be fair, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, but we also don't care. We just want to win ourselves. At least I tip the Titans. They better not let me down. Oh, yes. We're a club that definitely doesn't let anybody down. We've always been consistently just unbelievable stuff. Jossie says, time for the Titans to rise above the Storm. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Sam says, don't help the Knights. Jim Masters hope Titans win and put you in a good mood today. I know I would love to be, especially considering it's the early game of the day, Jim Amar. It's so difficult that this is the first game, so I still have 2 streams to go today. So if we go and get pumped, bro, my mood's gonna be so shit for the rest of this day. So you're right, you're right, and I wish that wasn't the case, but I'm human, man, and I love my club, so of course I don't want to see us get absolutely smack-a-mundosed. I'd be happy even if we had a close game here. I'd be sweet. I just understand we got beaten by the better team kind of deal, but we're getting pumped. It's like you get beaten by the better team, but you're more so thinking about my team shithouse. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I really do hope that I hope that there's an enjoyable game here. So I'm in an okay mood for the last 2 games. DJ says Waz will choke today. Titans 13 plus. That's a sexy comment. That one. That's a sexy comment. Is the perimeter injury long-term or short-term? It is not to do with injury. Michael says, are you asking what the choke... DJ says, was Faves a good game last week? Everyone thinks they should win the games. Warriors lose. Just saying. I agree. I said this before. I agree. Mikari Santos says, Titans to upset the Waz. From your mouth to God's ears, son. From your mouth to God's ears. Aspect says, good luck today, sir. Up the Titans. If Dragons beat the Rabbits, I'll donate 15 big ones. I don't think it's out of the world the Dragons win that game, but it's also super unlikely having watched their season so far, but I don't think it's completely out of the world. It's not off its rocker to think about. Brenton says, why the pants off fraud, sir? So, if you follow me on Instagram, which if you guys aren't following me on Instagram yet, pin comment, BKRsport, go follow it. We speak about the games there as well, after our streams and whatnot. And you'll definitely see win or lose response today about the Titans on my Instagram. But the reason why the Panthers have come off a fraud alert is because championship, premiership winning teams win games they probably didn't deserve to win. They win games that they probably should have lost. They win games that they just weren't good enough in, but yet they still found a way to be good enough. And last night for mine, the Panthers, they just simply weren't good enough for a good 99% of that second half, and the Dolphins for mine should have won the game. But they didn't. And that tells me actually a lot more about the Panthers than what a 50-point win would have. Because last night's humid game in Darwin emphasises the struggles that the Panthers are trying to work themselves through. And the Panthers' struggles are second halves. Because for some reason they're putting so much emphasis in the first half and dominating that the second half is being kind of put on the back burner. And this is what happened last year, and this is what's currently happening this year as well. But they're still winning games for the most part. So with it being on the back burner, that shows that it's more so of a stamina issue, and it's more so of an energy into the second half. Well, humid conditions are going to make that even more emphasised, with the fact that Panthers dominated the first half and then fell away in the second half. They were up 18-0 at half time, and it went to 22-18 to the Dolphins in the second half, and it just showed that emphasis. But the Panthers still found a way against the odds when they went down. You would have not many teams at all are going to be able to find a way to win that game. Like, I want you to go through all 16 other teams, and I want you to tell me right now, if a team is up 18-0 at half time, and then they rocket to being down 22-18, and there's only 4 minutes left in the clock, but regardless, they rocket down. Tell me a team right now that you would believe would still find a way to win that game. I don't have any. I couldn't think of a single other team that would have won that game last night against the Dolphins with the way they came rocketing in the second half and whatnot. And that tells me that the Panthers are still in it for the fight even when they're done. They're exhausted. The game's against them. They're giving away 6 again galore. They're really struggling with the ball handling, and they're so tired, but they still found a way to win. So that's why I take them off a fraud alert. Because although it's a scary sign in regards to that second half thing still happening, they still won a game. Would you disagree? We've had a comment removed. Gary says, g'day everyone. Are you excited for today's game, mate? Yeah, getting around the old Titans, son. Getting around the old Titans. Absolutely flying. That will be absolutely fine. Straight from the pitch says no more wheel. There will be. Straight from the pitch, there will be. It's just that I need to find the right time for it, man, because obviously our streams are usually quite high energy, especially not during Titans games. I can't do it on Titans games, but it'll be more so at random times, to be fair. We might do it tomorrow. What's the games tomorrow? We've got Knights and Roosters, and who's the other game we've got? Eels and Bulldogs. I don't know. We'll do it at some point. It's not like it's gone. It's just not like a every week thing, I guess. We only have the Bunnies versus Dragons on TV over here today, which is a shame. That is a very big shame. Bretton says, I didn't see Sam's comment in the Muppet. Aspect says, Titans 34, Waz 30, highest scoring thriller. I wouldn't expect that. The Warriors don't usually give up that many points. Like this year defensively for the Warriors, included of last year too. The Warriors are behind defensively on the Panthers, the Tigers, but that could... Oh, no, they're behind the Tigers. It's separated by 26 points. Yeah, they're behind the Tigers. So they're third right now. And then you go to the Bulldogs, they're fourth. So the Warriors are the fourth best defensive team so far this year, man. Whilst the Titans defensively, they're getting at 148. It's actually not that bad when you consider the rest of the competition. So they're behind the Panthers, the Tigers, the Warriors, the Manly just, the Rabbitohs, the Knights just. They're in front of the Sharks, the Titans, funnily enough. They're behind the Bulldogs. They're in front of the Cowboys. They're behind the Roosters just, behind the Broncos just. Wow, Rays defense is awful. Wow, so the Titans are actually, funnily enough, the 10th best team so far this season for defense. That's a ridiculous thing to think about, considering they're usually last for defense. The Titans are actually 10th, so that is an improvement for them. So it's currently the 4th best defense going up against the 10th best defense. 4th best defense versus the 10th best defense. Then in regards to the attack, the Warriors got 194. The Titans, not good. But then again, last week was the week that they got 50 points. Outside of that, the attack for the Titans has been really poor this year. They've actually been one of the worst attacking teams of the year so far. So they are behind the Panthers, the Tigers, the Warriors, Manly, the Rabbitohs, the Knights, just Sharks, not the Bulldogs, funnily enough, the Cowboys. Wow, the Roosters have struggled for points for sure. The Broncos, just as well, mind you. The Dolphins, just. The Raiders, slightly, but that's with one extra game as well. The Storm, with one extra game. They're situated around... Wow, Dragons' attack has been putrid, 86 points. That is yikes. With the Bulldogs having the second worst. So yeah, they're situated around kind of that 12-13 range actually for the attack. But anyway, long story short, it's been a really, really shit year for the attack on the Gold Coast. But last week at least really did pull forward. Really did pull up. GT Lecker says, who do we think wins this with the weather being iffy? Well, Wires have played a lot of games in the wet weather this year, to be fair. But the Warriors really should just be winning this game regardless of weather conditions. They really should be. They should be. Should be a good game. Titans winning form. Minty, you've just been shitting on the Titans for the last week here on the channel. I'm not going to hear any positive comment from you about the Titans. Aspect says you'd take a 34-30 win, so agree with me. I'd take anything. I'd take a 1-0 win. I'd take 40 points to 39 win. I'd take a 100 points to a 99 win. I don't care how we win. I'd take anything. I'd take a nothing. I'd take a something. I would take a 18-16 loss, to be completely honest with you. Like, I would take us not getting bumped, dude. I just want to see us put in a performance here, because last week gave us a win to cheer for with a big 50-point slap up, and then hopefully this week we can at the very least compete heavily. If we lose, it's expected. We're not in a massive, as long as you don't lose by 30-40 plus, you're not in a massive lose situation. If you lose 30-40 plus, then criticism is deserved. But if you don't lose by 30 plus, you're not in a massive lose situation because you're expected to lose overall. Yeah, we're going to keep this focus on rugby league here, especially with this being obviously a Titans game. Where we can talk about that later on. Obviously, big game over there, but we'll talk about that later on in a different game. I'd take a win where Dragons got 50 put on them, but other teams slightly cheated, so they give the win to us. Mate, I would take... People always say, like... No, I'd take literally anything. I just want to have fun for once in a season. That's all I want. I just want to... I just want to have fun for quite literally just once in a season. And as a content creator, there hasn't really been a year of like ultimate fun. Now, 2021 we did make the finals. 2016 was my first real year doing Titan stuff, but like 2021 we did make the finals, and funnily enough we beat the Warriors 44-0 to actually make it into the finals in round 24 was back then, because that was before the Dolphins. that was a fun year, but we still had a losing season and had to rely on the Raiders and the Sharks losing on the final round of the season. Plus, we needed to win by 11 points or more against the Warriors, and then we beat them by 44-0. Now, that was a fun game. That was a really fun one. But overall, there has not been an enjoyable time for the last 16 years since 2010. Now, that was a really fun year going to Titans games, but also the investment wasn't there. And this is the thing that I say about Dolphins fans. Maybe the Dolphins fans that have really passionately supported the Queensland Cup team for years, they get it comparatively. But the new age Dolphins fans who have only supported this team for now their third, this is 3.5 seasons in now, you don't know anything yet. Like, you haven't experienced the investment yet. And I speak on that from behalf of somebody who did see his team play in the finals in 2009 and came third in the league that year. Did see the Titans make the preliminary final in 2010. You think that your investment is crazy. You think that you understand it, but you don't understand it quite just yet. You need to continue on to see those struggle periods. And look, the Dolphins are already going through a bit of a struggle period. Their height that they had was definitely not there. Even though they came rocketing last night, they still couldn't find a way to win it. So once you go through those tough years afterwards, like the first 4 years are nothing, dude. They're nothing. We'll see the true fans soon enough. Captain Dipshit says, up the Titans, get around ya. Lee Bowden says, go the Titans. Yeah, good stuff, man. We've got about 15 minutes to go here until the game kicks off. Actually, I haven't done my try scores yet. I need to do my try scores for the game. I'm going to back in Loff. I'm just going to have to do it. Lofiana Khan-Pereira is surely just on for a double here today. He just surely is. Surely he's on for a double. I back in Lofiana Khan-Pereira for a try. And then in the forwards, I nearly could go the old ex-Titans duo and put Ez Clark there. Lecker was locked down pretty well last week by the Storms. Maybe he could be on for a big one here today. Kurt Catewell, ex-Bronco. Forward's a tough one to pick today. Might even look towards maybe even the bench. Maybe in the bench. You know what? I'm going to go Marata Niokore. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Marata Niokore here off the bench, which is a forward selection there. So I'll go Lofi and Marata Niokore. For the Titans, I'm backing in Keanu Kenny. If you don't like it, it's your problem. It's not my problem. I'm backing in the old Keanu Kenny for an absolute slap up here today. He had a killer game last week, and I hope he keeps firing on today. And then in the forwards for the Titans, the easy selection is Daddy Ram with how good he's been. But Cooper Bye, first start of the season. He has scored a couple of tries of late, though. He scored a try against the Dolphins, and he scored a try last week against the Eels. So, he has got a couple of tries, but that is off the bench, too. You know what? Bowie hasn't had a good season so far. I'm going to back in Bowie Firma. So I'm going to go Keanu Kenny and Bo Firma for the Titans. And I don't think Bo scored this year. And then for the Warriors, I'm going to go Marata Niokore and Lofiana Khan-Pereira. I agree. I got really invested in 2017. Took 2018 for granted. 2018, that was the last year you guys made the finals, isn't it? Or was it 2019? I'm not sure. We'll talk about the Dragons after this. But I think that was one of the last years definitely one of the last years that the Dragons did make the finals. I'm really disappointed that we don't get to see Kieran Foran on Fox, the Fox analysis anymore. I know he's absolutely crushing it for Manly at the moment as the coach, but I really would have. I loved him as an analyst here. Now they've got Warrior Hargroves, Mal Meninga, and the likes. Target individual says, you guys 5 hours behind or something? So I'm in Thailand, bro. I'm in Bangkok. So if you're talking about the time slot here, that's because I'm in Bangkok. You'll see all throughout the year, man, I'm in Asia. Previously, obviously in previous years, I used to go to every single game. I was here in Auckland in 2024 for an amazing Anzac Day. It was so good to travel across and get to experience Anzac Day in New Zealand and to win 27-24. And that was our first win of the season after 7 straight games as well. So I used to travel to every single game, but now I'm off experiencing the world whilst I can still cover the game through the streams and whatnot. But my favourite away trip is always New Zealand. New Zealand's good stuff. Condor says, a Tigers fan, I'd love the Titans to win. I can't see it, though, after the pounding they gave the Storm. Well, Condor, what I'll say to you, man, is that you guys aren't used to being up there, and same with me, but also we have a good understanding of the game. you shouldn't be thinking about what other teams are doing. You should be thinking about what your team is doing. Who cares if the Warriors win? Like, at the end of the day, you should believe your team's going to win. So, whatever the Warriors do, whatever. At the end of the day, when you're up top of the table, the Panthers couldn't give a shit what the Tigers and the Warriors do right now. They could not care less what you guys are doing. They only care what they're doing. And that's because that's a winning mentality. A winning mentality is focusing on yourself, not on other teams. So it's like, I get where you're coming from, and this is not me having to cricket you, but I'm saying to remember what it's like to be up here and understand that as a Tigers fan, you should not give a shit what other teams are doing. You should just be doing your own thing and not even focusing whatsoever, especially on the ladder. The ladder, it's only 7 rounds in. We're only 6.5 rounds in. You should be thinking about the Broncos-Tigers game here today, not about what the Warriors are doing, really. DJ says, Glory South Sydney. Aspect says, wanted to say congratulations on making it, bro. The fact you can do this shows how much work you put in your channel. Well, mate, I'm here for every single game. I do not miss a single game, no matter where I am, man. No matter where I am, I do not miss a single game. We have not missed a single game of rugby league this year, inclusive of pre-season. Plus, we've got Origin coming up. We've got all 27 rounds plus finals here, and then we've got the Rugby League World Cup. So it is going to be a big old year. We've also got the international cricket that I will be streaming as well. But when you love something and you're passionate about something, man, it's easy. So it's like people always go, they always say, "Oh, you're always streaming, man. Do you have a life?" And it's like, no, I only stream. Like today is our longest day of streams. It's typically about 3, 5, basically about 7 or so hours of streaming today, but also at 7 hours out of 24 hours in a day. You know, tomorrow I'm live for about 5 hours or so. Friday I'm live for about 5 hours or so, and Thursday we're live for about 3 hours or so. But because people see us on here so much, they think that like your entire life is just permanently on stream. During the T20 World Cup, I had no life in February, but yeah, no, it's a really good mix. It's great, especially when the team loses, and I can go out and get a beautiful spicy tom yum soup here that is just unbelievable. Spicy tom yum dumpling soup that I had this morning. Unbelievable stuff. Condor says, you are 100% correct, but I can't help it. No, I get it. I'm just trying to kind of reinforce the fact that it shouldn't be about other teams. And especially at this point of the season, I would grant it a lot more if we are 1 game away or 5 games away from the end of the regular season and you're trying to fight for the top 8. That's when it does matter what other teams are doing. You've got to focus on yourselves, but you've also got to care. You do also care if you're chasing the top 8, or if you're chasing top 4, or if you're chasing the minor premiership. But at this point of the season, as a Titans fan specifically, could not give a fuck about what other teams are really doing around us. Like, sure, we celebrate and whatnot, but before the game starts and after it, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it's all about what our club does. Olivia says, there was one person pissed me off last night and I'm really glad they aren't here today. Who's that? Scott says, Titans paying $5 boosted odds. Should I put some sprinkle on it? Mate, I'm a Titans fan. You're a Titan. Like, yes. What do you want from? Of course, I'm gonna say yes. I'm a Titans fan, dude. Matthew Beers is a Warriors fan. I'm a little worried about the game today because of our history against your Titans in New Zealand. Yet recent history, to clarify, recent history. It's only since 2019, but that is a genuine warrant for concern, especially because the Warriors can click off and not turn up at times. But you do also tend to find that when stats like this get openly aired out, and it's like a overall NRL fan understanding that a team just never seems to win this specific matchup kind of deal, a lot of the time you can see it just change around and it will flip the other side, or that bogey curse thing will kind of vanish overall. It kind of takes until everyone understands it for then the team to just come in and absolutely dominate it. There are some long-standing curses though. Like, for example, Manly against the Cowboys. Manly haven't lost in North Queensland since 2016. And they weren't the favourites on Thursday, and they whooped them 38 points to 6, despite the fact that the Cowboys had won 4 games in a row kind of deal. But then again, there's further context there. But I believe in bogey curses, I do. However, the last game the Warriors did play against the Titans, they did beat them. But then again, last year they also lost in New Zealand. And against all odds too, the Titans were in last place at the time. They were in last place when they went over to New Zealand and won that game. Nikhil this afternoon, Blaze in the community. I'm ready for this. Time for us to end the drought at home against the Titans. No. Aspect says, if Dragons make the 8, do we get a sleep stream? I don't care if the Dragons make the 8. What are we doing? It's not a Dragon stream. Why are we... Brother, I know you're a Dragons fan, but why are we talking about the Dragons right now? You are last. You haven't won a game yet. Why would we care about the Dragons in this game? We can talk to the cows come home in the Dragons versus Rabbitohs game. Bro, no one here right now gives a shit about the Dragons. No one cares in this game between the Warriors and Titans. Every comment from you is about the Dragons. Bro, we don't care about the Dragons right now. In the Dragons vs Rabbitohs game, guess what? I'll care for you. I even get called a biased Dragons fan in Dragons games, even though I don't care. Why are we talking about the Dragons? Bro, no one cares about them in this game at all. Like, at all, bro. What are we doing? Like it's even if you were talking about the Panthers, we'd be saying the same thing, or we'd be saying about other teams. Bro, they're not in this game. We don't need to talk about them every single comment. Dearie me, I meant Titans. Sorry. Well, I don't know if you did though, mate, because you always do talk about the Dragons. And again, you're a Dragons fan. Like, good on you. Like, there's nothing wrong with you being a Dragons fan. Well, debatable, but there's nothing wrong with it. But you know what I mean. Like, this game isn't about the Dragons. Don't need to talk about it 24/7. But 5 minutes ago, and especially like that team of all teams right now is one of the least teams that I want to be talking about as we currently speak. That is, if they aren't playing, I don't even want to know of their existence until they start winning some games. When they start winning some games, I'm happy to hear about them. But if they're not winning any games, I don't even want to hear about their existence. Just the same thing that goes with the Titans for a lot of people. Most people don't give a shit about the Titans overall in general, and they don't think about them unless they're playing them, and then they just expect to beat them, which is also valid. But yeah, no, we do not care about them. We do not right now. You've got a literal whole 95 minutes of talking about them. Well, not even further than that. You know, nearly 2 hours of talking about them in the next stream, where they probably lose. I would like to see them do something, but we'll talk about that in the next game. 5 minutes to go here. 5 minutes to go. Who do I have in Supercoach here today? So I have in my Supercoach draft team, I should say, I've got Keanu Kenny. Oh, I really should put Halasima in, shouldn't I? Oh, I've got Leilua in. I played Huddy Young at 96. I've got Leilua in. Should I go Halasima though? He probably just does score, doesn't he? Luke says, if Titans play like last week, we could have a very close game here. Hopefully, mate. Halasima just does score, doesn't he? Should I put Halasima in, or should I put Lushan Leilua in? Oh, dude, whatever I do will be wrong. Leilua is killing it this year with the Dragons, despite their form. But whatever I do will be wrong here. Maybe I just back in my team. Stags is predicted 75, really? Against the Tigers? I also don't know whether to put Stags or Sloan in. People who aren't Warriors/Titans fans, people who aren't Warriors, Titans, or Dragons fans, would you play Leilua or would you play Halasima? Leka would look good in a Titans jersey. Not the question I'm asking, though. Yeah, it's not the question I'm asking. Also, don't really need a back row right now. You know, Bowie Femi needs to turn himself back up, but don't really need a back row right now. We've got Daddy Ram. Daddy Ram is absolutely killing it. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm going to flip a coin. I'm actually going to flip a coin. I'm going to flip. Where's the guy that told me to play Lushan Leilua last week? I'm going to flip a tie coin here. And whatever it tells me is what we're going to do. So Halasima, he is going to be... We're going to put Halasima as heads, and we're going to put Lushan Leilua as tails. That's what we're going to do. Flip the old coin. And it is tails, so I'm going to leave it as Leilua. You watch. Halasima's going to go and absolutely crush it today. He's just going to dominate it now. Slabbers has benched both. I want to time you out. That's what I want to do. How about that? Like, I do have Samuel Fainu as well. And he's against the Broncos. Again, I'm not complaining about Huddy Young's involvement with the 96, even though he's probably going to get suspended. But I've got back rowers for days here. So it's between Halasima, Fainu, and Leilua. But I think I'm just going to leave in Leilua. Because he is a machine. He just simply is a machine for them. Look at all the Titans fans there over at Mount Smart. Fire up, you cats. Ty says, Lecker going to get another 13 fantasy points. He either just absolutely goes gangbusters or he'll hit 50 on Supercoach, which isn't much. TJ says, we will put 50 on the Dragons today. I don't know about that. I think that's a hard game to tip. I am going to probably be tipping the Rabbitohs for sure, but I'm just saying there is a sneaky little upset vibe about that. There is. From a neutral perspective, there is a sneaky little vibe, but I am going to be tipping the Rabbitohs. Titans are walking down to the field. Come on, you boys. Come on, you big, beautiful boys. Get up here against all odds. Time to shine. Again, Warriors fans, you know that it's a lot easier for you to listen to when the Titans aren't playing you. So just understand that today is an off stream for you, and you have to deal with the Titans fan for this one. But next week it'll be back to watching on from a not against you mentality. Louis says, I love how they were all rugged up and the rest are in shorts and t-shirt. Apparently it's about 20 degrees there. There's some Titans fans in the crowd. Get around them. Gavin says, fuck the Warriors. Right says, the Rabbitohs win, but I think Dragons will be up for it. Yeah. I said that last week, though. I thought the Dragons might have even been able to sneak against Manly, and they nearly did, but they didn't. But I do think the Dragons will be up for it. However, they did lose that Charity Shield match to a reserve grade Rabbitohs team, even though that is just quite literally a glorified pre-season matchup too. All right, Warriors about to run onto the field. Real Grandmaster says, let's go Titans, do it for all the Storm haters. Could not care less about the Storm haters. Just want to do it for the club. Want to do it for our fans who deserve some happiness for once. Warriors run out onto the field. Got my Titans jersey on that I got while at Seabus. Come on, good stuff. So the Warriors are out. Nickel Clockstad starting back in that fullback rather than Tuapiki. They're going away from what's worked for them. Tabnock says, Seagan Kane at fullback. Yep, GG Tits, you win. It's interesting that they have gone in a different direction from Tane Tuapiki, and they have gone back to chance here and gone against what has been, working for them. That has been working for them. So we'll see how it does pan out. I'm going to refresh the score there, and there we go. So you got the live score below us. The game is about to kick off. Please be a good game. Please don't make me have an awful day. I've got 2 more streams after this to get through. Please let me enjoy the day. I'm begging. I am begging. Verrills first try. What a random comment, but look, hopefully the game is kicked off. Titans to the Warriors, and Jackson Ford's going to bring this ball to the 15 here on first tackle. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. And don't forget, we've got Rabbitohs Dragons after this, and also the Tigers versus the Broncos. Coco Jumbo says up the Titans. Yeah, get around your Coco Jumbo. Second tackle here for the Waz at the 25. Did we concede first last week? No, we didn't. I think we scored. That's right. I think we led pretty well last week beforehand. Third tackle for the Warriors, and they're going to be at the 35. Aaron Clark off to Kurt Catewell and get this ball to the 45. The first 10 minutes here will tell me a lot about how this Titans team will go today. Jaden Campbell lost a great marker. Warriors nearly get through, and they're going to be at the 40. It's a really good set, though. 60 metres on the set. 52 metres gain. Nah, bullshit. They did... No way. How was that not 60 metres on that set? That doesn't even make sense on that stat. But Phil Sami will grab the ball here at the 15 on first tackle. Okay, Scrill for the Dragons. Oh, no, I was just saying about the next game being on. Jalen DeGroot gets crunched down now at the 15 on second tackle. Oh, having listened to Kevin Wells during the Titans game is going to be painful. Great run here from Special K. Keanu Keeney brings it out to the 30 on third tackle. Need to see him continue his form. And now before tackle here at the 40. Need to see these forwards actually do something. TJ Kakamoa says, show us the game. TJ Kakamoa, get a job. How about that one? Fifth tackle now at the 50. You're very well aware you're looking for an illegal stream, champion. And you're very well aware that you are not allowed to show the game on YouTube. That's why you're looking for an illegal one. And Charles Clockstad grabs the ball here at the 35 on first tackle. First tackle. Not the greatest of kicks there from JC, though. It's put the Warriors in pretty good area, but the passing wasn't too slick, and they've had to go... Oh, Pompey's going to get away, though. Bad defense there from the Titans. And not Pompey, Leotower straight on through, and he'll be taken down to the 20. Great run, though. Great run, but not good defense from the Titans whatsoever. That is an ominous sign here for the Titans defensively. They go to the left-hand side here. They've got numbers galore. They give it out to a Lafayette Campereira. 6 again here for the Warriors. They're 10 metres away from the line. 10 metres out. First tackle, they give it off to Harris Tavita. Clearly you don't, Kakamoa. Second tackle out to 5. Stop cheaping out, champion. Second tackle at the 5. Wade Egan gets to the back here to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd off to Jackson Ford, and Jackson Ford is going to be 5 metres away here from the line. Third tackle, Wade Egan, Tanner Boyd gives it to Chancellor Clockstad. Lost the ball, come on. Oh, but it's a penalty. Penalty to the Warriors here. I would go for the try, though. I think that you've got the Titans on the back foot here. What? It's going all the way back a couple of tackles to the 20. What? Tackled. That's gone back like 3 tackles. He's saying that the advantage wasn't taken from 3 tackles beforehand? That doesn't even make any sense. He's gone back 3 tackles. I'm okay with being called a penalty, but also why has it gone back multiple tackles for it? That doesn't even make any sense. So Warriors now at the 15. And our first tackle, and they give it out to Aaron Clark. James Fisher-Harris so close, 3 minutes out. I respect the fact that they've gone for the try here because they've got the Titans completely on the back foot. Wade Egan gives it out to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd quick to Chance, and Chance will get taken down to the 13 on third tackle. That's crazy they went back 3 tackles, though. Aaron Clark off to Leka Halasima. Good run from Leka. Oh, he's so close. 2 metres out over the line. 4 tackle for the Waz. 2 metres out. They give it all the way across. Wade Egan. Oh, JC nearly picked up one of those intercepts again, but it'll be a knock on. Well, Corey says, I had the Titans tipped until the 11 hour and switch, really feeling the Titans can win. Hopefully, man. Well, they're showing a little bit of resilience in defense right this very second, but also they're still going to be on the back foot here. I can't say I've seen that before. Corey Scanes with the $1.50 donation. Get around, Corey. Appreciate you for the support, brother. Appreciate it. So it'll be Warriors ball here, 15 away. The Titans have packed a scrum, so that siren's about to go, though. They go out to the left-hand side here. Harris Tavita runs this ball to the 9 on first tackle. You should be scoring. You've had a mountain of ball in this first 5 minutes in the attacking area here against the Titans team that, look, is improving on defense this year, but is still not anything spectacular by any means. Second tackle, 10 metres away from the line. And it'll be Wade Egan to Aaron Clark, and Aaron Clark is going to be 5 metres out. Great offload there from Ayers. He'll get it out to Leka Halasima, and Halasima is going to step. He's going to step as well. Again, he'll be taken down 4 metres out from the line. Third tackle. Surely you score on this set here was. Wade Egan, Aaron Clark, quick passing, good passing. They go out again. Roger, there's Loffy under Caprera. We all knew that Loffy was going to score. And look, I'm happy for him, bro. I'm happy for Loffy because we all knew that he was going to be scoring here today against his former club, and I know how he felt with how Des was treating him. I do know how he felt at this club, so even though it is against my team, obviously I love the Loftmeister, and he will get a try early doors. He will get a try early doors here. Larkin says, Desi in tears right now. Yeah, well, that was just too easy there. Faimani does completely rush in off his line there to make a tackle, and unfortunately, it's just not the play that he should have been doing there. But early points, they had a mountain of the ball there, and they needed to score, and they do get the try down. They do get it. Damn, man. No, it's fine, man. It's still super early here, but that was completely expected considering with how much ball they had in our area. Michael says, yeah, TJ, brother, you're going to have to read the room, my man. So we're going to see you in 5 minutes' time. Michael says, if Titans lose, do away with the Titans, bring back the Seagulls logo. What the fuck did I just even read? GTR says, how you going, bro? Waz can choke, I hope not. There is, yeah, 7 minutes in here, man. There's still 73 minutes to go. It's very, very frustrating, but, you know, at the end of the day, it is fully expected there. So, Tanner Boyd, I don't want to say he doesn't miss. I don't want to say it, but, like, you know. Curtis is loving the bling you got going on, brother. This is my cross, man. No, it's awesome. I got this in Bangkok the other week. It's beautiful. I actually got to clean it a little bit, to be fair. Got to clean it a little bit, but no, it's a beautiful cross. Good to see AKP thrive in the Wales jersey. No, it is good. All right, so Tanner Boyd from the left-hand touchline. Wow, he's missed that badly. Oh, boy. He's missed that by a good 15, 20 metres. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I will emphasize that here on today's stream. Not on a regular stream, but on today's stream. I will emphasize him missing that kick quite far. He's shanked that one. Deary me. Cozy says, who are you going for? Cozy, you can see what I'm wearing. I do every game here on the channel. Like, I stream every single game of Rugby League, but I am a Titans fan. You can literally see my beanie right now. What do you mean? Tanner missing on purpose to pay respect to the Titans. Exactly right, Ibrahim. You know, that's the compassionate man that he is. Wade Egan, good run here. He's going to get this ball here to the 25 on second tackle. Oh, so Tanner does misclip that. Only against the Titans, though, Logan. Only against the Titans, because he's respectful and he's a compassionate man for our club. So Aaron Clark, he brings his ball to the 42. Logan says, Tanner missed that so bad, he was trying to convert the C-bus goalpost. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That'll be fit tackle. And now the Warriors, Tanner Boyd, he'll kick this ball up into the air, into the corner where it should be. Keanu Kenny grabbing it, but he's been rough under the high ball this year. But he gets that grab and gets away from Leka Halasima. And then he'll be taken down to the 10 by Jackson Ford. I missed the last week, Titans. Well, you missed a pretty good game for the Gold Coast last week against Parramatta. Yeah, Parramatta. Second tackle at the 15. I tell you what, Bulldogs fans might have the ultimate biggest crash out of all time if they go from beating the Panthers last week to losing to Parramatta this week, considering they've given up 50 points essentially 3 times. That would be the ultimate crash out from a club. Curtis Morin, I don't think it happens, but I'm just saying the ultimate crash out could come in that game from their fan base. So fourth tackle, they give it to Cooper Byrne. Cooper Byrne now brings it out of the 45 to the 50. Good run there. Not too bad of a set, but it's still only about 42 metres. That is in the great category. You want to be looking for that between 40 and 45 as a great. Anything above that is really good, fantastic stuff. But at least we're not defending in our own 20 as much as we did early doors. Lofiana Camperera gets away from one. Oh, he's in open space. See you later. Oh, he gets that ball offloaded to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and Tuivasa-Sheck will be taken down to the 40. Luckily, we just made a last-ditch arm throw at Loffy there. Otherwise, if he got away, we were not catching him. Charles Newell clocks out at the 35, and he'll be taken down now at the 33 on third tackle. Can we put Penrith on fraud watch after the last night they escaped? Yeah, we read the room, but up. Fourth tackle now at the 25. They're going to roll this ball back to Wade Egan. He'll get it off to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd off to Leka Halasima. Halasima's going to score an easy try. Oh, no! Oh, yeah! Oh, no, he's not. He's going to be 1 metre out from the line. Good scramble there from Lachlan Elias to prevent that one. 83-metre gain, though. That was awful stuff there from the Titans defensively. Great stuff in the wires. Tanner Boyd kicks it through. Keanu Kenny picks it up, though. Good stuff there by Keanu. Be first half of the Titans to the 5. 10 minutes gone here, guys. 10 minutes to go the first half. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. Now second tackle here for the Titans at the 15. I'm glad that we haven't conceded 2 tries early doors, though. KP looking ominous. I would say that Leka Halasima is looking like he's going to be on for a massive game here. Lofiana Campera has a point to prove in this one, to be fair. Arama Howe with a great run from Big Daddy Rum into the attacking half now for the first time. No, not even into the attacking half. They have not gotten into the attacking half just yet here, the Titans, so that is a good sign there for the Warriors defensively. That's a good kick here from JC, though. So Charles Newell-Clockstad gets his ball to 5, and you've got to prevent these metres for the Warriors right now, Titans, because you are giving up a ridiculous amount of metres. A ridiculous amount. I don't know how for Origin this year, geez, how good has he been, though? Like, every game, he's just putting in an absolute effort. It took him a while to get his first try, and he deserved a couple of tries in his first couple of games, but then he explodes that double against the Dragons to win that one. Third tackle here for the Warriors. They're at the 30. Would be nice to keep one set inside their own half, but 4 tackle there at the 40. It would be really nice, but they are going to get inside. Oh, well, they're going to be at the 50 on the dot. So fifth tackle now. And they'll go to Tanner Boyd, where he'll put that ball down to about the... Oh, that's going to go dead. That's going to go 7 tackle set. Beautiful. Okay, we'll take that. We will take that one for sure. We will take that one. So 7 tackle set coming for the Titans at the 20. Sean Large up the wires. Yeah, good luck, man. You guys know that I have no hate, no dislike for the wires. You know, I have a soft spot for them. It's just that when they're playing the Titans, obviously, not today. These kind of streams are really, really difficult for me, to be fair. You guys know it's really difficult as a Titans fan to get through the Titans games. First tackle now for the Gold Coast. They'll beat the 40, so we will get into the attack now for the first time this game. Nice to see. They'll get it out to Curtis Morin, and Morin will bring this ball to the 45 on second tackle. Hopefully Adama is a New South Welshman I think Adamo is Queensland. I could be wrong though. I'm not actually too sure of his eligibility. A third tackle, but I'm pretty certain he would be. I'm pretty certain he'd be Queensland. If anything, 6 again. Come on, beautiful. Okay, so Titans ball here in the attack and a half. Jaden Campbell's going to bring this ball to the 35 on first tackle. With the Warriors defense is really good. It's top 4 in the competition right now. And the Titans have had their struggles on attack this year besides that game against the Eels last week. Second tackle for the Titans at the 30, but they give up points to fund that team. Sam Verrills gives it out to Ilias. Ilias counter Kenny. Great hit. Wow. That is a great hit there from Leia Tower. Wow-wee. He smashed Keanu there. And Tino Fasilmalawi brings the ball to the 20 now on 4 tackle. Good hit. Good hit. Sam Verrills to Keanu Kenny. Keanu Kenny dinks this ball through. He's going to pick this ball up himself. 6 again. Come on. Come on. Count up the wires. Find a way to score here, boys. Find a way to score. It's been all against us momentum-wise in this game. We've found a way to get into an attacking range here. That's a good run here from... Is that Mo on the field? No, it's Phil Sami. Gee, big boy. 6 again over the Gold Coast. Curtis Moran. Moran 2 minutes out here from the line. First tackle. Okay, well, no, that's milk in there from Moran. Get up. Sam Verrills at the back to Ilias. Ilias off to JC at the right-hand side. Faimani. Faimani steps inside. Loffy misses the tackle. Faimani offloads it. Oh no, that was so bad from the Gold Coast, bro. That wasn't even, it wasn't even was. It was just Titans throwing the ball around. Like, I get that you're trying to throw it around, but it was second tackle, 3 meters out. Like, I don't understand why you're forcing that one. Faimani, he got away from the first tackle. He did not need to offload that ball. So it's third tackle with the Warriors now at the 13. At least it's a good defensive set here from the Titans after that error. But yikes, that's a bad error to make. 4th tackle for the Warriors at the 20. And now be fit tackle for Fisher Harris at the 30. So at least they made up for it with a good defensive set here. At least they did. Get around your Jay, just saying the year. Jay Bartlett's up the wires. Yeah, good luck, man. So Titans, it'll be Keanu Kenny grabbing this ball at 10, brings it to the 20, 25 to the 30. And he'll bring it, he'll be at the 30 on first tackle. Oh, boy. Hectic start. Phil Sami to the 40 on second tackle. Their defense is good, wise, but again, that was the Titans throwing that ball away as per usual. The Faimani offload just was so unnecessary, man. Curtis Moran to Cooper Bye, especially that early in the tackle. Cow nearly got an offload away there, Cooper. He'll roll this ball back to Sam Verrills, and Verrills is going to run at him. Oh, fuck me, Sam Verrills. Oh, bro, Sam Verrills, you're kidding me. That is such a bad error there from Sam Verrills, and it's first tackle for the Warriors now at the 50. That is so dreadful. Tanner Boyd brings it to the 40, gets away from 1 tackle, and it'll be now taken down to the 35 on second tackle. I saw a comment before saying, take Tanner back with you. Tanner's been incredible for the Warriors this year, man. Why are we seeing slander for Tanner Boyd in the comment section from Warriors fans this year? He's been one of your best players, if not your best player on a consistent level. Jackson Ford, but Jackson Ford has had some off games too. I'm not too sure why you'd be seeing criticism for Tanner Boyd this year. Last year he wasn't great for you, but like this year he's been brilliant. Jackson Ford, he'll be at the 20 on 4th tackle. Rolls it back to Wade Egan, off to James Fisher-Harris, and Fisher-Harris will get taken down at the 10 now on 5th tackle. Hold out here, boys. Come on. Hold out. They go Tanner, short ball like Alasima. Oh my gosh, that tackle from Lachlan Ilias was actually outstanding. How has Lecker not scored that try? Was that Lachlan Ilias with that try saver? That is a brilliant tackle. How has Halasima not scored that? That is insane. Keanu Kenny with a big, strong run back there to the 10 penalty. Come on! Come on! Good stuff, Keanu. Good stuff. I can't believe that Leka Halasima didn't score that just then. I cannot believe that. It's a great ball there from Tan to Leka, but Ilias, wow. He just grabs him around the legs and locks him up. You would have backed him in every day of the week to score that. Who scored first for the Waz was Alofiana Camprera. And he's pumped up too there, Keanu. I think this is his first game in New Zealand too. Tanner Boyd was the one who gave away the penalty. Matthew Beers, Tanner's been brilliant, and him and Ahmad Channel are Channel Harris Tavita are our best half combination so far this year. I would agree. What's happening here with the referee? Oh, he's on report. Okay. I was going to say there's no bin for that. It's a penalty, but there's no bin for that. And that is an absolutely horrific kick here from the Titans, but they'll only get this ball to the 25. But at the very least, it's a penalty, and they get themselves out of trouble from their own 20. So Bowie Firma, he'll bring it to the 33. He needs to have a big game, Bowie. He has not been great so far this season. And they go out to Tino Fa'asilmalawi. Again, he had a much better week last week than he has so far this year, which was good to see. Second tackle out to 40. Curtis Moran, Jaden Campbell, then off to Adamahau, and Adamahau will be at the 50. I would agree with this, though, Cosrip. Tino's presence on the field is almost non-existent this season. Do you know if he's playing injured? No, I just think he's down on form, man, down on confidence. But his presence is a notable absence, in my opinion. The key word of presence. Last week was really good, but his presence also wasn't necessarily seen as much as you would normally see. Counter Kenny, good offload there, and Curtis Moran will be taking out the 35 and fit tackle. Need a good kick here from JC, or Elias, but they will go to JC. And that's going to be in the same direction to the 5, and Lofiana Campera will grab this ball, and he'll be taken out of the 10. It has been a noticeable improvement on the defense, though, because the Warriors have thrown a bit at the Titans here. They've only conceded that 4 points so far. Mitchell Barnett's about to come on. But no, I do agree that the presence is not the same size that we've seen in recent years. Third tackle, and Chance will roll it out to Rodder Tuivasa-Sheck. Will be fourth tackle here at the 35. They're not giving them too much of an attacking position at the moment, though. Good. Surprised there's only been one try. Same here, because again, the Warriors should have scored with Lecker, but a brilliant tackle from Lachlan Ilias, and they've had a lot of attacking momentum and pressure. So Tanner Boyd, but I will remember back to 2024, where we did go down 12-0 very quickly here in Auckland, and still found a way to win that game 27-24 on Anzac Day. Philip Sami, high tackle. Very close. First tackle here at the 30. And now they go to Keanu Kenny, and Keanu Kenny is going to get the offload away to Jalen de Groot, and Jalen de Groot will now be at the 40 on second tackle. Yeah, one try is surprising, though. They go out to Faimani, and Faimani will be at the 50 on third tackle. Sam Verrills to Curtis Moran, Cooper by, good offload. Oh, JC, get it, go JC, go JC, go JC, go JC! Oh, he should pass to Keanu Kenny. JC's still going himself. It's third tackle, it's fourth tackle at 10. Great run from JC. He should have probably passed that ball, but it was a risky one too. Good rush back here from the Warriors. They're 10 minutes out. They go Ilias underneath the Curtis Moran. Oh, I think he scored. I don't know. I think he scored. I don't know. They're going to check this, I think. They're going to check this. Oh my gosh, this may be a try for Curtis Moran here. Oh, confirm he's going to knock on the ground. It may not be a try here, but I thought he did. He is claiming it, but I don't know. Referee is calling no. Curtis Moran. That was a great tackle from Aaron Clark to stop the momentum, by the way, because otherwise that was a guaranteed try for Moran. I think the tackle's fine. And then he has to reach out. We can't see anything, though. We're not looking. Does he actually get to the line? If he gets to the line, it's a try, but it's very close. We needed a better angle. Okay, he's grabbed the ball short, and it's going to be a knock on. Damn it! If he didn't grab the ball short, it was a try, because he knocks it on after he grounds the ball, but it is just slightly short of the try line. Otherwise, it would have been a try. He doesn't drop it before putting the ball down, but it was short. So it's going to be Warriors ball here at the 10. Very close, though. Very close. That was a great offload here from Cooper by JC, and he bubbles the ball, and he probably should have got that ball back into Counter Kenny, though. He didn't pass it. He went in himself. I don't know why JC wasn't passing that ball, but great tackle there from Aaron Clark to prevent a try there for the Titans. Moran looks good. Moran's a great player, Blake. He's been really good. He's been the signing of the season, definitely for the Titans, but he's been one of the better signings across the competition. He's been really putting in a massive effort for the club, regardless of form this year. Roger, great run from Tuivasa-Sheck and then Keanu Kenny. That's nearly got a one-on-one strip at the 30, first tackle. Yeah, AJ Brimson's not playing here today, Jalen de Groot, because of the baby, because he's having a... Oh, he's lost the ball! Yes, he's lost the ball, Wade Egan. Come on, they might challenge this, but I'm pretty certain they've just lost this ball. Come on. No, he's saying don't challenge it. He's saying don't challenge it. Okay, good. Okay, beautiful. We're going to get this ball. So there's a knock on here from the Warriors, Wade Egan. Would have been interesting. It would have been interesting what they would have called there. Michael says, Sorry, Muppet, go Titans, get around here. JC says, Sky Sports so far behind the old sports channels. Well, I'm watching this on, watchnrl.com from Thailand, so it's funny if I'm ahead of you. But 20 minutes to go on in the first half, 20 minutes to go in the first half. Hit that like button, subscribe for new round here. Titans with the ball 30 metres out, 25 metres out. Great post contact here from Philip Sami. Having a good year here for the Titans. Dragons fans will be happy with that, as he is off to them next year. 6 again here for the Gold Coast, and Tino Fa'asil Malawi, he's going to be at the 15 on first tackle. Come on. Tina rolls it back into Sam Verrills. He'll go across to Lachlan Ilias. Ilias at the back into JC. Short board, Adam Mahau gets the ball offloaded to Kenny. Out of the right side to Faimani. Faimani, do not offload this ball. Just take the tackle at 10 after that mistake that he made earlier. So second tackle now. 9 metres out here from the line for the Gold Coast. Show us some attack. Their attack has not been good outside of that Eels game last week. Jaden Campbell gives it to Curtis Moran. Moran across into Ilias. Ilias short ball on the line for Bowie Firma. Good run, Bowie. He'll be 9 metres away. Third tackle. Sam Verrills goes short side. Weird pass. Okay. Probably wasn't the play. Ilias gets this ball across, hits the grass. Jaden Camp. What on earth is happening here? This is going to end up being a dropout here, but that was one of the worst. Why have we kicked the ball on third tackle? See, the Titans still don't know what they're doing on attack here. The Warriors don't actually have to do too much defensively because the Titans don't really know what they're doing on attack. I don't know why Sam Verrills has gone short side here when nothing was on. It was a good run from Bowie Firma, but then I also don't know why we've ended up kicking that ball there on third tackle. The pass from Ilias to there was nothing on there from JC. I don't understand why we're kicking that ball through, but we're going to get very lucky from the Warriors having a couple of dabbles at it with their hand. And short drop out here from the Warriors. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Keanu is demanding a challenge here, but this is a penalty. He's in front of the player. He's in front of the player. I don't know why you would even think about challenging this. Like, that is just horrific. That is just absolutely horrific there. No one from the Titans even goes up for the ball. We're losing the game ourselves again. This is what they do. The ball just is allowed to bounce there. I don't know why Keanu is saying... Is he trying to say that it touched off the Warrior and not off him? Because it definitely, for mine, looked like it was off of Keanu. But anyway, they're not going to challenge it. So it's going to be Warriors penalty, and they're going to be with the ball at the 40. Otherwise, it's a third tackle. What the heck? Yeah, exactly right. Well, we've had the ball in the attacking area a couple of times now. Unfortunately, we lost the ball with Curtis Moran, but that was a good set overall, and that was right, just short of the line. But then you go and have a look at the two other options. Faimani offloads the ball on second tackle for no purpose, and we go over the sideline essentially. We give the ball up essentially, and then that one there, kicking the ball on third tackle, and then no one goes up for the short dropout. Like, it's just ridiculous. So Tanner Boyd, short ball to Jackson Ford underneath, and he'll be taking out the 20 on fourth tackle. Oh, that is so dumb from Bo Firma, bro. It is a 6 again. Oh my gosh, this team can be so dumb sometimes, man. That is such a dumb 6 again to give up. First tackle now at the 13, especially on fourth tackle. Jackson Ford, he's going to run this ball. The Wilds will be 5 metres out from the line, second tackle. Rolls it back here to Wade Egan. Wade Egan short to Lekatasima. Cannot believe he hasn't scored here today so far. Third tackle here. Third tackle. 3 metres away. There we go. Tanner Boyd and Mitchell Barnett will be 10 metres away here. Fourth tackle. Come on, hold them out defensively. Hold them out. Wade Egan, Tanner Boyd, quick passing. Lofiana Cabrera, and I think he scored in the corner. And I did say that Loffy would get a double here today. Oh my goodness me. Scores in the corner there, and Titans, you fucking deserve it. Like, you deserve it. The dumb attack is what you deserve to concede here. The dumb attack is what you deserve to concede. Offloading the ball on second tackle, 9 metres out for no purpose was stupid. The drop ball from Curtis Moran I forgive because he was just trying to get a try then. He was just a little bit too short. And then the kick from JC on third tackle just made no sense there. And this is the issue. They do these things and then they invite the pressure. Bo Firma gives away one of the dumbest 6 agains you've nearly ever seen in your life. Like, one of the dumbest 6 agains you are going to see. It's a great try from Loffy. One of the dumbest 6 agains you're ever going to see. And you We're coming back. All right, we're back on. Basically, what I'm saying here that I was muted for just then is that Ilias and JC, it needs to be Zane Harrison 7 and JC 6 because they can show what they do last week and they come in here and they're their own detriment to themselves here at the club because this attack has not been good this season. They've had one good attacking game this season against the Parramatta Eels. That does not forgive for everything else that we have seen. JC for mine should be 6. Zane Harrison's at the 7. If he's not ready now, when's he going to be ready? Deary me. Deary me, man. Coming to see your reaction on the Warriors winger. I love Loffy. I know Loffy. Loffy's a great dude. I will never have anything against Loffy on a Campera at all. So 10. I don't think the Warriors should be overall too happy with how their performance has been in this first 25 minutes. But at the end of the day, they are leading 10-0 here, and they will get the kick here from the sideline. So anyway, the Warriors are going to get this ball here at the 5. The Titans just doing what the Titans do best and throwing the ball away unnecessarily. The kick on third tackle from JC was mind-blowing, and there was nothing on. And the pass from Faimani just really grinds me. And it's just, again, this Titans team. Well, he's offloaded that ball 3 seconds after he's called held there. It's just so frustrating with the Titans, man, because I don't think that they want to ever put Zane Harrison in because they're scared of what potentially could happen with him. They're scared about what's happened in the past with our 7s because Ilias and JC, on a long-term basis, are not the answer. A great offload there from the Warriors. And Rodder Tuivasa-Sheck now will bring this ball here to the 50. Zane Harrison has 3 tries in 4 games with 2 try assists and 2 line breaks. He's knocking down that door for the 7 jersey. I genuinely believe he should already be there, but I know Josh Hannay's not going to do that. 4 tackle here at the 45, but again, still 54 minutes to go here this game, but it's just same old problems with the Titans, man. Mitchell Barnett's going to be 33 metres out here from the line. Wade Egan goes out to the left-hand side to channel Harris Tavita, and Harris Tavita, not a great kick, but playable for the Waz, and they knock it back. And Warriors, Rodder Tuivasa-Sheck, he will kick this ball through, go dead, go dead, go dead, go dead. It will go dead. So it will be a 7 to... It's actually going to be a penalty for the Titans because Mitchell Barnett's an idiot. That's a stupid play there from Mitchell Barnett. So that's going to be a penalty at the 20. That's just stupid there from Mitchell Barnett. That was just so unnecessary there. The ball was going dead. Like, it was already dead, and then he just waxed both firm in the back. That was just so unnecessary from Mitchell Barnett. I'm not too sure why that was a penalty from the 10, because it's a penalty in the in goal, which then takes it out of the 20. So I'm not too sure why they kicked that from the 10. No, we just ignore morons like Jamie, man. There's no point even me replying, I'm going to be fair. Second tackle now at the 33. I know he thinks he's incredibly intellectual saying Titans are shit. Like, everyone's aware of that, but he's just being a dick for no reason. Third tackle now for the Titans. They're going to be at the 40. That's why I don't even bother responding to the moron. Third tackle here at the 42. And they go out to the left-hand side. Sam Verrills. And Verrills now is going to be 45 metres away from the Warriors line. On fourth tackle. Really want to be seeing Oliver Basco come in. Keanu Kenny out to Jaden Campbell. Oh, that's a 4-pass. That's a 4-pass. The halves of the Titans are doing my head in, bro. The halves of the Titans doing my head in. They're doing my head in right now. The halves of the Titans are doing my head in right now. They're doing JC and Lachlan Elise in this game right now doing my head in. So 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Warriors are going to get the ball hit the 50. They're their own worst enemies, the Gold Coast. They're their own worst enemies every week. And to be fair, to be honest, I think Ilias is still struggling mentally with that horrific injury he had. He can be a good player, but he's way too inconsistent. I want Zane Harrison as a 7, JC as a 6. So first tackle now for the Warriors, and they're going to be at the 50. I don't know how it looks dangerous on the right edge. He deserves better from JC and Ilias. I love JC as a half. I just think that he should be in the other half. Second tackle here for the Warriors, the 42. And Jackson Ford will be at the 35 now on third tackle. Man. It's like there's been some positives here to this Titans' first 28 minutes comparatively, but you're just like, it's just the same old issues are arising from the club every single time. And you get a bit of momentum, and then they just throw the ball away or throw the ball forward. Fifth tackle now at the 20. They go left-hand side. Van Melga. Harris Tavita kicks the ball through. That's going to be a dropout. It's a good kick. Good kick. So a dropout coming up here from the Titans to the Warriors. Good kick there from Harris Tavita. 11 and a half to go. Only 10 nil, you can still come back. The criticism and complaints that I have of the Titans right now is nothing to do with this ultimate scoreline. 10 nil is nothing. It's not about that. It's further deeper context about what we're talking about, really. There is a player taken out there, but I think he's dived. Yep, so it's going to be Warriors ball here at the 12. I think he's actually dived, which is why he didn't call it. So go out to the left, and now it's going to be Mitchell Barnett, who was 5 minutes away from the line, second tackle. 10 minutes to go in the first half, guys. That thumbs up button, subscribe. As you guys know, Titan streams are always very different to how we would normally cover games. Third tackle at the 4, but I know you understand because, again, I'm passionately supporting my team just like I'm sure you do. Van Mulga, big run. So close. Wow, good scramble there from the Gold Coast. 4 tackle, 2 minutes out. They'll go back to the left-hand side. Tanner Boyd drops it. Goes Harris Avita. Harris Avita at least gets... Oh, he might still score. No, he's going to be short. He's lost the ball. He's lost the ball, and Jojo Fina comes up with it, and he comes out of the in goal. And he'll bring this ball to the 10 on first tackle. Mitchell Barnett, very close to a high tackle there. They're going to check this, but I'm pretty certain he's lost it. And either way, though, he's in the act of trying to score a try. You're allowed to strip the ball, no matter how many players are in the tackle. If he's in the act of scoring, you're allowed to strip it. Unless they're saying there's like a high contact or something like that. There's players everywhere. You're not going to be able to see anything, dude. He's got his... Oh, he's lost the ball. He's just lost the ball. Oh, he might have actually scored this try. He might have actually scored this try here, to be completely honest with you. This may actually just be straight up a try. I think he scored this as a try. I think this try has happened. I think they're going to give this. They have to give this. There's no way you can't tell me that he doesn't score that try. They've called it a no try on field, but I think there's enough evidence here to say that this is a try. I think, looking at all available angles, but I do have the ball touching the line here. Like, I don't understand why we're still looking at this. I think this is a try. Yeah, it's a try. So it is 14-0 with a kick to come. Titans, you do it to yourselves. The Titans, you do it to yourselves. Harris, they should never have been scoring that, but the Gold Coast Titans, you do it to yourselves, bro. You do it to yourselves, man. Fuck me, watching this club is just so difficult to watch, bro. It is painful. Forward passes, knock-ons, the same old shit, 6 agains. It's just the same old shit. Tanner Boyd, that's a broken play here for the Warriors, right? And this is why it's so frustrating to watch. Moeki Fotuaika completely misses the tackle there. The attack is a broken play, which is why it's so hard to watch. It's not even good attack from the Warriors. It's the Titans giving up a stupid try on the back of their own bullshit. Moeki Fotuaika falls off of a fucking 6. A 6 is getting past Moeki Fotuaika. Chanel Harris Tavita is bouncing off Moeki Fotuaika. You need to be doing better. You are a prop getting bounced off by a 6 on a broken attacking play from a drop ball from Tanner Boyd. And that's why it's so frustrating to watch this club. That's why it's so incredibly frustrating. A 6 is bouncing off a prop who has played for Queensland and for Tonga. That's why we lose our mind. Forward passes, knock-ons, 6 agains. The Wires have been nothing special, but they well and truly deserve this lead. Well and truly. They deserve even more, to be honest with you. The club does it to themselves. Fucking bullshit, bro. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I know Warriors fans understand where I'm coming from, because you've had to go through this with your club at times over the years. Right now, you're going through a good period. Dead set, dude. Like, they're unbelievable. I think they should just drop Verrill soon. He's not doing much of a service. Bring on Oliver Pascoe. There is so much that needs to happen with this team, dude. Man, so frustrating. So Jackson, and by the way, it has nothing to do with the Warriors. That's why these streams are nothing to do with the opposition. These streams are all to do with the Titans. I am a Titans fan. So it's not having a crack at the Warriors or any team we play. It is having a crack at our own club. Ty says, even I don't think the Titans are doing that shit. What? What, you're saying that this is good here from the Gold Coast, Ty? You're saying the Titans are playing well? Is that what you're suggesting? You don't think the Titans are playing that shit? Really? Beautiful. So we don't get the ball there. You think this is a fantastic performance here from the Gold Coast, Ty? Is that what we're saying? You think this is brilliant stuff that we're watching from the Titans right now? So you're telling me the knock-ons, the forward passes, the kicking on third tackle, the 6 agains on fourth tackle, there not being a try, a prop being bounced off by a 6 on a broken attacking play, and we're saying that you don't think the Titans are playing that shit? Like, I know, again, you're a Warriors fan, right? So you don't want to say the other team is playing shit because then it goes against your team playing well, right? You want to say the Titans are playing amazing and the Warriors are playing amazing and they're just dominating based off of that. The Warriors are playing and doing what they need to do right now. They're doing what they need to do. There is nothing wrong with what the Warriors are doing, but there is everything wrong with what the Titans have been doing in this first 33 minutes of this game. First 33 minutes of this game, everything has been wrong with it. But there's still 47 minutes to go here. This crash out here has nothing to do with the fact that this game is completely over by any stretch of the imagination. But it is absolutely astounding if you think that the Titans have been playing well in this first 33 minutes of this game. Thank you very much, David, for supporting the channel, bro. Thank you very much. They're going to knock this ball back here. This is actually going to be a 6 again for the Titans. No, it's still going to be fit tackle, but they get the offload away, and then no one goes down for the ball. No one goes down for the ball. And this is the team that we're saying is playing well right now. We're saying the team's playing well when no one is diving on the ball here. Mitchell Barnett for the Warriors gets down 6 again here for the Warriors, and we're saying that the Titans are playing well here. What the fuck are we watching if we think the Titans are playing well here? Oh, dude, this team is so painful to watch, bro. And this is what you get with Titans games. It's such a frustrating game to watch. And then we get told they're not playing shit. Cosgrove says you sound like me in 2 hours. This is the thing. We all sound like this when we're watching our teams, but it's just that I obviously get harshly judged the way that I react to my team just because I'm doing it publicly. 4 tackle now for the Warriors and then at 45. My goodness. And the Warriors now at the 40. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is going to be at the 35, now the 30, gets the offload away to Harris Tavita. Harris Tavita underneath to Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford at the 30. Missed tackle there from the Titans, and I'll be at the 25. Fair tackle. I give it to Tanner Boyd, and Tanner Boyd is going to kick this ball into the corner, and Philip Sami will catch it. That's actually a good kick there from Tanner Boyd, and it's a good chase there from the Warriors who put him back into the end goal. Oh, knock on from Philip Sami. Knock on from Philip Sami. Oh, God, give me strength. Knock on from Philip Sami. But yeah, appreciate you becoming a member, David. If you guys are new to this channel, this is what you get for Titans games. It's not what you get for regular games. So, they said it was anyway. So the Warriors are going to bring this ball out to the 30. Fodaway goes off of Paxton. Chandler's been playing great of late. Great workplace. No, he has been. Chandler Harris, Tavita, and Tanner Boyd are the halves of the Warriors. You guys know, if you watch these streams, I say that all the time. All the time, man. Second tackle now at the 15. He's lost the ball. No, he hasn't. Oh, I thought it must have been a boot or something in the corner of my eye that I thought was a ball. Tanner Boyd, right-hand side. Too easy here, right-hand side. Watchalong Lesniak. Brilliant defense, Gold Coast. Oh, it's unbelievable defense in the Gold Coast. Spectacular. Oh, my gosh. This club is so easy to support. There is nobody on the wing. There is nobody on the wing. There is nobody on the wing here. There is nobody on the wing. I need, where's the Ty Herbal Inhaler to watch this right now? I need the Herbal Inhaler. I need a Herbal Inhaler. Like, this was fully expected to lose 13 plus, but I need the Herbal Inhaler because this is astounding. There is nobody on the wing. There is nobody on the wing, lads. There is nobody on the wing. Nobody. All right, we're back. Hold on. Ah, beautiful. Now we're better. Now we're better. As in this stream laughable, this is what happens, bro. This is what happens, man. Oh, brilliant stuff. Kia ora, bro. Know how you feel. Worries to be like that. Les, I know. You know, I know you do, man.
But right now, we're always, oh, man. It's a good try from Dallin, but, there's nobody on the wing. Appreciate you doing that with the member aspects. Oh, boy. It's just laughable here from the Gold Coast. It says they literally gave up on defense. Spectacular defense, Brenton. At least you're not a Storm fan. It will always be worse. We're going to see you in 5 minutes, mate. I'm not comparing. We're not having the Titans being compared with the Storm, bro. Everyone ran over the Titans. There's multiple Warriors players on the wing. That's what's doing. Yeah, that's what's doing. No, you love that. Brilliant stuff. Tanner Boyd from the sideline to get the conversion, and will not get the conversion. So it's 3.5 minutes to go here, 20-0. Might have to get a dart out. I do not smoke, Blake, but honestly, to get through this, maybe. To get through this, maybe. Keep it to the day one Warriors fan who has gone through years of hurt. I'm feeling for you, but happy we're smashing you. Fuck off, man. We've gone through much worse years than you, mind you. But I also know you guys have an understanding of it. But let's not pretend like we've still gone through much worse years than you guys. So the Warriors will get this ball here at the 5, and Vaimaga. This team is their own worst enemies, bro. They really are. GTR says beer and a dart would suit halftime nicely. 3 minutes to go. Looking at these stats of the Gold Coast is going to be appalling. And yet I was told that the Titans aren't playing that shit. What are we watching? Third tackle now at the 35. Jackson Ford's going to bring this ball here to the 40. Brito says, love my consistently inconsistent team. Oh, it's spectacular. I don't know who we're talking. Are you talking about the Titans or the Warriors here, Brito? that could apply to both teams here, to be fair. But the Titans are going to get this ball here at the 10 through Kiana. Again, he'll be first tackle. Scott, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I could not give a flying fuck about the Panthers being on fraud alert right now because I'm currently watching my team just play like melts with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half, losing 20-0, and you wanted me to talk about the Panthers being on fraud alert or not? I could not care a single bit less about what the Penrith Panthers are doing in this season. But this is the 2026 Premiers Titans, of course. Oh yeah, that is correct, Rido. Then very consistently inconsistent. But to be fair though, this is very similar to how they've played most of the games. This is the thing. One game against the Eels hasn't changed the ultimate fact about this club. Like we have a laugh, we banter, say we're not going to lose the game, not going to lose the season. Never going to lose a game ever again. But, we've only had one good game this year, and that was against the Eels. And the Eels have given up 50 points to the Storm, who are bottom 4, and they've also given up 48 points to the Panthers. So it's like the Eels defensively have been awful. So when you look at it from that perspective, this was definitely coming. And that's why before the game started, I said that the Warriors probably win this game 13+. But, is there a chance that they come in and don't perform like they have against the Titans many times? Absolutely. Obviously, that's not the case because the Warriors, they could have honestly put in an under-15 team from Auckland in today and they probably would have been able to get through. The Titans at points of this game have been able to show a little bit of defensive resilience, but then they collapse. They collapse very quickly. They get the momentum of the other end of the field and then the dumb plays of 4 passes, knock-ons and offloads on kicks on third tackle, and now it's a penalty to the Warriors and the Titans. They're going to blow my mind. They're going to blow my mind. Tackle off the ball. They're going to blow my mind. Leka Halasima has been taken out there by Ilias off the ball. They're going to blow my mind. Going to blow my mind. And they'll go for the penalty here to make it 22 points to 0. It's always the 1%ers for the Titans. I agree with that 100%. 100%, man. 100%. Keep the beanie on Blaze. Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yum says, honestly think the Titans might be the first team to concede 100 points. Yeah, well, I honestly believe that you're dumb as fuck. How about that? Brito says, no shot, that's a penalty. No, it is. At the end of the day, it's he has contacted him off the ball and he's come over there. It is a penalty, but, it's just the Titans, man. Titans are something, bro. Titans are something. Need a good talking to at half time. They do, man, but again, they've just got no direction, the halves. They've got no consistency in the attack. They get the kick, so it's 22-0 half time. They get, they've just got no attack here, this Gold Coast club. And for people who actually have watched their games this season, you would know that they've had no attack throughout the season. You would know that they do not have a good attack, besides one game where they scored 50 against an Eels team that has given up 50 essentially 3 times this year through 6 games. That's how bad their situation is. Oh, dude, it's just like the Warriors have got nothing to do with this crash out. Like this, and I know Warriors fans and people who watch these streams understand that, but the Warriors have absolutely nothing to do with this crash out. This crash out is happening because of our club and the fact that they. Oh, our club's something, bro. But I'm always here, and I'll still be here next week. I'll still be here second half. We'll still be here week in, week out, because that's what loyal fans do. Storm fans, you're going to learn all about that over these next couple of weeks, that's for sure, with your situation. But let's get into the halftime stats here, and let's have a brain aneurysm as we read through them. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and yes, we do still have 2 more streams to go after this here today, which is the Rabbitohs versus the Dragons, and then also the Tigers versus Broncos, and we'll be here no matter what the result is of this game. So Warriors 22, Titans 0. This is the Go Media Stadium in Auckland. The try scorers, Loffy, Channel Harris Tavita, and Della Martinez-Lesniak with 2 from 4 on the conversions for Tanner Boyd, and is 1 from 1 on the penalties. Now, possession, 62% possession here for the Warriors, 38% for the Titans, and that's going to come because of a 70% completion rate. That's going to happen there. And when you have a 70% completion rate, you're giving up the ball quite a lot, and the Warriors aren't dropping the ball much at all here. So 62% to the Warriors, 38% to the Titans. Warriors doing well. The Warriors on 15 minutes and 58 time possession, 9 minutes and 48 seconds for the Titans. They're not even at 10 minutes. So the Warriors at 16 minutes is very healthy. You want to see at minimum 25 collectively, and the Warriors are effectively the ones that are bringing this up to 25. Because that's really poor there from the Titans. They're not even at 10 minutes. Now, completion rate, Warriors, brilliant. You want to be looking for 80% here, guys. This is the minimum marker that you're looking for, 80%. Anything below that, not good. Anything above that, very, very good. Warriors, 95% is pretty much perfect. You're not asking much from that at all. Titans not putting too much pressure on them in any way to try and force the errors, but also the Warriors just simply aren't giving up any errors themselves. 95%, 22 from 23. You love that if you're a Warriors fan. If you're a Titans fan, you look at 70%, you go, what the hell is that shit? 12 from 17 on the completion rate for the Gold Coast for 70%. Now, runs-wise, is key. 103 runs here for the Warriors for 1,057 run meters. So they are 27 meters on the run meters above the 10 meters on average per run that you're looking for, which is amazing. That is really good. Titans defensively are allowing a ridiculous amount of meters up the field. Whilst for the Titans, they're at 62 runs for 568 run meters. That means that they are 52 run meters behind the 10 meters average per run. They're not even at 600. And they are 41 runs behind the Warriors. And that's coming from the fact that you've made 5 errors. And your completion rate is 70%. So Warriors are dominating the run meter department. And the post-contact meters, 287 here to the Warriors, 161 here to the Titans. Even if you give those extra 41 runs here to the Gold Coast, to equal it out, you would still be saying the Warriors would be up on the post-contact. But also you can... It's unfair to give the 10 minutes on average per run to the Titans to equal out the possession. So if you equal out the runs, but if you were to do that, it would be 41 extra runs, 410 meters. They would go to 978, which would still be effectively 80 to 100 meters behind where the Warriors are at right now. And that's not an unfair statistic. So that's showing you the Titans aren't doing enough with the ball regardless. Then you go to the line break, 6-1 to the Warriors, and yet we're saying here the Titans have been fantastic. Yeah, they've been brilliant. 6-1 on the line breaks. Tackle breaks. I could flip the fuck out of these missed tackles. Like, I could flip out of these missed tackles. 35 missed tackles in the first half from the Titans is astounding. That is nearly a missed tackle per minute in this first half. An average amount of missed tackles in a half is 15 to 17. We'll get to the defensive stats in a second. This is tackle breaks. Well done, Warriors. 35 tackle breaks. That's huge for you. Titans fans, what is that? 35 tackle breaks. That is the worst halftime missed tackle count we have seen so far this season across any game. 10 tackle breaks for the Titans. The Warriors are doing well defensively, but we know that, we expect that, we know that's what can come from the Warriors. Then we go to the average set distance. 25 metres and below is pathetic to the stream off. 25 to 30 is disgusting. 30 to 35 is underwhelming. 35 to 40 is hitting the marker. 40 to 45 is great. 45 to 50 is fantastic. And 50 plus is basically perfect. The average set distance for the Warriors, 45.97. Very, very good. That is fantastic. You are getting an amazing amount of metres per set. 46 essentially is really good stuff. That is unbelievable. Titans are at 33.76. They're in the underwhelming category. They are 13 metres behind the Warriors right now. It is just simply not good enough. It is not good enough. They need to really be told off by Hane for this performance right now with what we're saying. Average play the ball speed. 3.19 seconds and below is extremely fast. 3.2 to 3.39 is fast. 3.4 to 3.59 is average. 3.6 to 3.79 is slow. 3.8 and above is extremely slow. 3.36 for the Warriors is fast. That's really good. Titans are at 3.80 in the extremely slow category. Extremely slow category. They are in the extremely slow category compared to the fast category for the Warriors. That tells you a very big story. Now, Titans with 5 offloads, Warriors with 4 offloads, so creeping up there. Titans usually do offload the ball quite a lot, but not so much today. So the Warriors have been doing well to lock that one down. Forced dropouts, 2-1 to the Warriors. Kick refusals, 29% for the Wars, 83% here for the Titans. And then we go to the effective tackle percentage. Let's talk about this defense here, Gold Coast. Yeah, wow. Let's talk about this defense. So 85% and below on this effective tackle percentage metric is awful. It's awful. 85% to 88% is underwhelming. 88% to 90% is hitting the marker. And 90% and above is basically perfect. So the Warriors are at 87.59%. So they are actually slightly underneath the marker here, which is interesting. They're in the underwhelming category, but only slightly. 127 tackles made for 10 missed tackles and 8 ineffective. So the average amount of missed tackles is 15 to 17. So they are 5 below that on the missed tackle count. Titans aren't doing anything with the ball. Nothing. No direction with the ball on the attack, and they're not bouncing off any tackles. So 10 missed tackles there, and 8 ineffective tackles is actually above the average of 5 to 7 on the ineffective tackles for the Warriors by 1. So 18 bad tackles in the first half combined. 18 bad tackles in the first half combined. Now, funnily enough, you go to the Titans here, they've actually had less ineffective tackles. But they're at 81.78%, which is just awful. That is awful. And it's actually really grateful that their ineffective tackles has been limited because the missed tackles are just gigantic. 81.78%. Tackles made is 184, which is above the typical. 127 tackles made for the Warriors is basically nothing because the Titans just aren't doing anything with it. 184 tackles made is creeping up there. It's a slightly above the average of 160 to 180 kind of deal, slightly above. But 184 tackles made for a whopping 35 missed tackles and 6 ineffective tackles. So an average amount of missed tackles is 15 to 17 in a half. They have given up 35 of them. They have doubled the average in the first half of missed tackles. Over doubled. Doubled would be 34. They're at 35. They have over doubled the amount of missed tackles. And then you combine that with the 6 ineffective tackles. Now, the 6 ineffective tackles is between the average of 5 to 7. So that's not too bad. I'm not going to sit here and complain about the ineffective tackles. But missed tackles of 35 is gigantic. It is absolutely astounding stuff there. It's astounding. So they've had a bad tackle per minute in this first half. 41 bad tackles compared to 18. There's no wonder this game's going this way. There's no wonder. There is absolutely no wonder. And then we go down to the negative play here for the Warriors. They're at 2. 3 and under is really good. 4 to 6 is average. 7 above is awful. So the Warriors doing their job really good too. Titans into the awful category of 7. Am I surprised? Penalties conceded. 3-2 against the Titans. Makes sense. They've been legitimate penalties too. Ruck infringements 3-2 against the Warriors. Makes sense. They've been legitimate. Inside 10 metres against the Titans 1-0. And then on report is 1-0. You go across these stats. And if you tell me the Titans have played well here, despite the fact that it's 22, I have an aneurysm. I have an aneurysm. I have an aneurysm. They're now 60 odd metres behind the 10 metres on average per run count. Point of the matter is that they need to go into the sheds here at half time, and they need to realise you're not playing the Parramatta Eels every single week. You're not playing the Parramatta Eels every single week. And this club, right this very second, needs to make some really big calls on some certain players. They need to make some big calls. Josh Hannay is at the start of his career here with this club. It is not on him, but he has to be the one to make the calls. And I really hope that the club gives him the freedom and the right to change the players. Because with Desi, he didn't actually have every right to change every single player as well, which people don't really know about. But the point of the matter is that I hope this club allows Josh Hannay to be the coach that is going to take us into the future, and he's going to make changes in the future. Because right this very second, this has been poor. Even when we scored 52 points against the Eels last week, we even still said there were players in that game that were probably a little bit dicey. So I really hope that Josh Hannay has the free rein to make the changes that are necessary right this very second, because even in results like last week, which was the only good performance from the Titans so far this season, there was still questionable players in the game. But it is only half time. It's 22-0 to the Warriors. As Warriors fans, I will state, and I say this every week, and I will say this every week, you guys are aware of what Titan streams are. I react to my team just like I'm sure you react to your team in real life, outside of streaming and outside of being a public content creator. This is how I'm going to react, and I'm sure that most people react like this too. So if you're looking for a positive commentary for your team, you can hear it on any other given week, but you're just not going to hear it today against my club, man. So I hope you can understand that. If it's not for you today, I completely understand it. There are a lot of people here that will enjoy watching me crash out, and there are also a lot of people here that are going through the same crash out that I am as a Titans fan. So that's just how it is. But obviously, this stream is always going to be different for the Titans game, and you just so happen to be up against us today. Someone says, think Tigers are the only ones that could put a proper argument for Terrell May, Appy, what? Hobbit says Panthers. What are we doing? Entertainer says half time, but Titans won't lose again this season, so it ain't over yet. That's true, Entertainer us. But if they lose here today, they won't lose a game ever again, that's for sure. AKP and Lecker starting for the Wars. Sherlock Holmes over here. Sam says Sam Verrills needs to go. It's like, yeah. I find it's hard because Oliver Pascoe for me is not necessarily an 80-minute hooker yet, but we also don't know that until we just see it. You know, Sam unfortunately has not had a good season at all, and Oliver Pascoe, when he's been in, has looked really good against the Dragons and also against the Parramatta Eels, even though they're two lowly ranked teams. Point matter is that yeah, you know, it's time to start making some pretty harsh decisions on the coast. You know, Josh Hannay's got to put his big boy pants on now. The Titans have got to put their big boy pants on. They talk about this change. They talk about the positives. They say, well, we won by 50. You know, you got a great week with the Chargers stuff, and you know everyone's feeling the vibe. Well, capitalise on it. We're not expecting you to win the comp this year. I know the banter's there, and we shit talk and whatnot. We're not expecting you to win the comp this year, but we are expecting you to make the harsh decisions. We are expecting you to take this club into a different direction. We are expecting that Josh Hannay comes in and does not do the same thing that we've seen from coaches like Desi and Dustin and the likes in the past. So it's time to put your big boy pants on and start making some big calls. Because right now this team overall is not performing. Besides one win against the Parramatta Eels team that has given up essentially 50 points 3 times this season. And again to another bottom 4 team. Matthew says, I'm sorry buddy, but yes, Titans have played horrendously and Warriors capitalised. Absolutely. And this is what I'm saying. It's nothing to do with the Warriors. Nothing. The crash out in the Titans is valid, but there's nothing to do with the Warriors here. They're doing what they need to do. You know, they're playing well, 95% completion rate. There's nothing wrong with the Wires. Nothing wrong. Someone says here, Wires depth just gives them the edge against anyone else. Brenton says, let's keep the chat to the game, folks. Yeah, we're going to keep this chat in regards to this game here, guys. Obviously, when it's Titans playing, obviously we're in the half time. We're going to try and focus on this game specifically. As this sports says, Wires the new Penrith. What are we doing? What are we doing? Even Wires fans are going to laugh at your comment, bro. What are you talking about, Wires the new Penrith? What on earth are we smoking? Wires are the new Penrith, for gosh sake. Like, what are we doing? I love the Wires, but what are you talking about? Tahi says, great game, eh? Well, obviously not. Titans are fucking shit, but I love them, but they're still shit. Lagan says Manly wouldn't mind Sam Verrills. Well, Manly can have Sam Verrills then right now. And I'm not doing it to hate on Sam, but I'm observant of the game. You know, because, like, this is the thing. Like, I hate having to criticise players because, like, I know them, even though I know that certain players talk shit and whatnot. But, like, that's not my problem. The point of the matter is that a lot of the time they're talking shit because they don't like that someone's talking about the club in negative sense at times, even though they're part of the problem. I'm not saying this about Sam, but I don't really care about that anymore. Point of the matter is that I know families. I know the families of the players, and I know the players. And over the years, it's been a really big struggle, like mentally, for me to actually find a way to criticise players when I know their families and I know how much they put in and all that kind of stuff. But you just have to, otherwise you're not being honest with it. You're not being honest with it. And I've got to say, Sam Verrills hasn't been good enough this year, despite the fact that he's got a great family and all that. Like, at the end of the day, Sam Verrills hasn't been good enough for us. And there's so many different players that I could say this for as well. But it has been a real, like, mental kind of struggle to get over, where I feel bad for saying things like this. Second half started, by the way, second tackle for the Titans at 35. I feel bad for saying this, even though it is necessary. How many are still going to see the Dogs forward when they're fit too? Oh, my God. Manly would definitely mind Sam Verrills. Isn't an improvement on who we have. No, please take 4 tackle now at the 40 for the Titans. I just want to see a better. Just show me something a bit better, man. Come on, please. I'm not expecting you to light the world on fire, Gold Coast. I'm just expecting for you to play like at least a normal rugby league team that has professional players in it. Gotta love this. Why do they say Tina's name like that? Like what? Tina Fasu Malawi? Chinese second half team. Who are you talking about? Perrin Goodall says Warriors are not the new Penrith. Yes, we have having a good start of the year. Just remember we haven't won a comp yet. That's why. Yeah, this chat is baffling at times, bro. Don't worry. Like, it's no insult to the Warriors say they're not Penrith yet, but they need to go and do it before they can even be compared in the same likes to a team that's been in the last 6 years worth of Premier finals and won 4 of them and been in 5 grand finals. So Keanu Kenny's going to bring this ball here to the 15 on first tackle. Someone time out as his sports, please. And moderator, please time out as his sports. The guy never reads a room. He never reads a room. Oh my God. Second tackle. Titans games are so difficult to stream, guys. God help us. When I'm reading some of these comments and we've got some idiot going, Blaze don't concede 50. Like, what do you want me to reply to that? Like, are you serious? Like, we're sitting here watching the Titans lose 22-0 and they look shit house doing it, and we're getting a comment saying Blaze don't lose by 50 from a Dogs fan right now. Like, what are we doing? What are you asking? Like, what am I meant to do? You want me to get on the field right now? Like, you want Blaze don't concede 50? What you want me to do? What would you like me to do about not conceding 50? My gosh. Oh, Chance gets the catch there at the 10. Oh, man, it's so hard to do these streams, bro, but I'm doing it. First tackle here for the Warriors at the 20. Gosh, dude. And now the Warriors will bring it out to the 25 on second tackle. A6 says, don't compare us to the Panthers. We've never won a spoon. You guys can go for it all you like, but. Someone says, do you prefer Tina playing limited minutes for impact or extended minutes? Which do you think has a better impact for the team? Well, right now he's just in really poor form, man. Overall this season. But then again, the whole team this season has been in poor form. At least this hasn't been a really bad game for Keanu. So it's like last week he had an incredible game. Prior to that, he was really poor. Today, he hasn't been specifically really poor. That is going to go to the 15, and Keanu is making the catches for the most part. I don't think he's dropped one at the back. Keanu is going to break this ball to the 20, and now to the 25 on first tackle. It just overall is a team collective here today. You can't really individually specify for mine. I think there's a team collective that this hasn't been a good enough performance whatsoever, and you can individually specify in regards to that, but overall it's not because of like one player that we're really struggling. Like, you can pinpoint games early on in the season where Keanu making those mistakes did directly impact the way that the game was kind of operating. They go to the right hand side, Keanu, it's a bad pass, but luckily he caught it at the 40. To be fair, if you could play wing, you'd probably do a better job, dude. I am not built for being a winger, that's for sure. Fifth tackle here at the 45. No, he gets the offload away there, Mo. That's a good offload at the very least. And Ilias, Bo Firma got a hospital pass there from... Why is Oliver Pascoe not on the field, by the way? Like, why have we not brought on Oliver Pascoe? Mind-blowing right now. Mind-blowing. And Charles Klukstad will get taken down here at the 35 on first tackle. No, Blaze, this is all your fault. Funnily enough, Lagan, for years whilst I was going to games, I copped a lot of criticism for, like, me being, like, a jinx. Yeah, well, how's that been going for us? Third tackle now for the Warriors, and they're going to be at the third tackle at 30. Les, has been a Warriors fan. I don't think the Warriors are the new Penrith, but I really hope we smash the Titans. Have been a bit of a bogey team for us. No, absolutely. Absolutely. This was a game that you needed to win 13 plus, and currently you're doing that. That's why. None of my reaction comes to do with the Warriors at all. It's all to do with my club. You're doing what you need to do. And again, 95% completion rate is showing you're not making errors, and that's brilliant. So Keanu Kenny's going to bring this ball back to the 10. But it's also very, very funny that a lot of Warriors fans in this chat right now who are claiming to be the new Penrith are very much forgetting about the Tigers game 3 weeks ago and also the Sharks game 2 weeks ago as well. Great result against the Storm last week, but also let's have a look at how the Storm have gone. I'm not here to try and shit on the Warriors at all, but I'm just saying that it's very funny that 2-3 weeks ago we had Warriors fans in here complaining saying this is the same old Warriors team and that they can still find a way to lose these kind of games, which is true. And we still also had Warriors fans that are thinking that maybe the bogey side thing against the Titans might happen as well, which would have been 3 losses in 4 weeks, mind you. So it's just very funny that the people are very much back on the bandwagon of being the greatest team of all time. But again, this is a very expected result here for the Warriors. That's why this reaction has nothing to do with you. This reaction has everything to do with how my club is. Jaden Campbell's going to kick this ball down to the 15. But this is why I always... Oh, that's a knock on there from Charge. No, gone from Chance. That's a break we needed. So Titans will get the ball 15 metres out. But again, our attack has not been good. So I don't have too much faith here, but hopefully we can do something with it. Hopefully we can do something with it. From the first 7 rounds, I don't know what Hane is seeing in Verrills. I think he's really just pushing it to see... surely we're going to see a bit of a change. I can't believe Oliver Pascoe still hasn't come in yet. Yeah, it's a bad drop there from Chance. So the Titans here are at the 10. Jazz says, despite being behind 20-0, the Titans have looked decent and somewhat threatening to attack. No, they have not. no, they have not. No, they have not. No, they have not. They're also the 4th worst attacking team in the comp this year, man, and no, they have not. No, they have not. Second tackle here at the 9. Hopefully they can do something now, though. Hopefully they can do something now, but no, they have not. The Titans locking Elias out the back to JC. Keanu Kenny. Oh, a little bit of spark there from Keanu. Third tackle at the 8. Come on, man. Please get over the line, Gold Coast. Elias now to Cleese Haas, who was on the field. He'll get the offload away to Verrills, who'll pass it off to Moaki Fodawaker. And Fodawaker will bring the ball to the 5 now on 4 tackle. Savalinga says, what team do you go for? Tajikistani Cow Farmers. 5th tackle here at the 3. Big Tajikistani Cow Farmers fan. 5th tackle, 3 metres out. Tino rolls it back. Ilias kicks it through. That's going to be a dropout, so we'll take it. We'll take it. Nobody was even close to getting there for that ball, but we'll take it. Has Tino played the full 50 so far? I think so, Sam, but it would probably make sense considering Cooper Bias started in the 13, so that impacts that rotation system. That impacts that rotation system. 31 minutes to go here of the game. Warriors with a short dropout, you would assume. And that is what they do. And that is going to go... Wow, Loffy actually kept that ball in, but Faimani will be taken down 9 minutes out from the line. Loffy actually was the one who hit that ball back in. And now Curtis Moran's going to be 15 metres away. Not Curtis Moran, Cleese Haas will be second tackle here at the 10. There is one every week. We've actually had multiple people ask who I support today. Moaki Fodawaker 6 again. 2 minutes out. Come on, please show us something. Show us something. Verrills off to... is that Ramahau? Who is that with the ball? Jazz says, no, bro, every time someone like Kenny or JC get the ball, there's huge potential for something to happen. Sure, but the Titans have looked awful on attack today, so that's what I'm disagreeing with. I'm not disagreeing with the potential of what they can do. What they can do, absolutely, but with what we've seen today and also what we've seen this season, it's not true. It's not been good at all today from the Titans. But again, the potential of what they can do, sure. JC now with the ball, and he'll be 8 metres out over the line, third tackle. Sam Verrills underneath to Tino. Hasn't scored a try so far this year, Tino. 4 tackle, 2 metres out. Dam says, how can people not see your beanie? I don't know why, bro. 6 again, 2 metres away. Sam Verrills will actually not a bad play from him, but the good defense from the Warriors there to prevent Sam Verrills. So first tackle for the Titans, 3 metres out with that 6 again. Ilias to Cleese Haas, very flat-footed there. That was really poor. Second, that was literally nothing play. Second tackle back at the 8. And Sam Verrills then gets it across here to Ilias. Ilias passes it to Sammy. That's a high tackle. Probably not. Third tackle now 7 metres away. Lachlan Ilias. Ilias to Mikey Fodawaker. Fodawaker to JC. Then off to Keanu. Keanu gets this across to Faimani. And Faimani gets the offload away to Jojo for Fina. I think he might have scored here. I think he may have scored here. Please tell me Jojo scored. All right, they will get a try here, the Titans. So it's 22-4 here with a kick to come. Hopefully this can initiate a spark. We will get it. Jojo doesn't look amazingly confident, but usually you do back in plays in this area to get it. At least there's something there. 30 minutes to go here at the game, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. Still plenty of time left, but it's just been demotivating so far. But there's a good offload here from Faimani to Jojo. Oh, it just comes down to if his legs stay in. But he's got the ball down. There's nothing wrong with him putting the ball down here. Around the corner offload, Jojo. Oh, yeah, he does. Well, that's a really strong try there from Jojo. A really strong try. Bob says how many minutes left? There's still 29 minutes to go here in the game, bro. Here comes the momentum swing. Hopefully. That's a good try there from Jojo. He's been our most consistent player this year. I mean, potential of the Titans' attack is a top 8 team, but have been way too inconsistent. Well, they've only had one really good attacking game, and that was the Eels. But at the end of the day, we've made it a 16-point game. Hopefully we can make it a 14-point game, and it's still on here. Not that we're usually a good second-half team, but I guess we've done the most here so far. He did have a lot to do. E4 Madeline says, I know it's early in the season, but you think this is clearly Penrith favourites? Yeah, I still think Penrith are favourites by a long way. And last night proved it even more to me, to be fair. All right, Jaden Campbell from the sideline, and it misses. So it will stay 22-4. Sideline kicks are very tough today. You can see there's a little bit of wind around, which is why Tanner's missed a couple, and now JC's missed that one. 22-4. X-Fat says, Titans MVP, Jojo really loved watching him this year. No, he's definitely been our best player this year across the first 7 games. 3 tries, no dramas. Come on, plenty of dramas here, man. But at least they gave us something to be, a little bit positive about here. Second half possession, it's been 71% possession to the Titans. So at least we've had a lot of the ball here in the second half. And I let my guard down for 2 seconds in regards to dropping the ball after points. I let my guard down for 2 seconds. Every single stream with the Titans, I say we always drop the ball after points every single time. It's usually Tino or it's Mo. Well, we dropped the ball on first tackle, and you guessed it, it's off of Tino, right after points. Every single time we score points, we give up the ball. We make an error every single time after points. It's astounding. It's actually amazing. It's amazing how difficult that is to do when they do it every single time. Yeah, we're going to probably see. And then they give up points. And I'm happy for Ez. This team is mind-blowing. They are mind-blowing. And now, Warriors fans, you know exactly what I'm complaining about. You know exactly what I'm complaining about. No defense there for starters, but you have the ball because this is what we see every time after the Titans score in every single game. This isn't special for this Warriors game. Tino drops the ball on first or second tackle, usually on first if it's not Mikey Fodawaker, every time after points, and immediately we give up points. How about the defense here from the Gold Coast? It makes you want to headbutt a brick wall repeatedly. What on earth is this club?
What on earth is this club? You go and score a try and maybe can try and swing momentum, and then you drop the ball on first tackle for the 900th consecutive time this season. And you wonder why your fans crash out? You wonder why we crash out about this club. You wonder why we crash out about this club. And yet I'm being told the Titans look fantastic. They look fantastic. Every week after points. Every single week. Every single week. Every week. Every week! My gosh, this club is just outrageous. Like, honestly, one of the people who are Warriors fans in this chat could have walked through that line just then. Oh, a lot of fuckheads in the chat though, too. 25 minutes to go here of the game. Dead set. Dead set. 25 minutes to go here of the game. Condor says could be worse. It could be the Dragons. I'm not even going to bite. 25 minutes to go to the game. I actually couldn't imagine being a Titans fan. Swear I haven't seen a set straight off the scoring that you'll have not conceded on. Frustrating shit. This is ever a game, bro. The only time we didn't really see it was last week against the Eels. That's the one game that we haven't seen it. Outside of that, I would nearly make a bet that there's been potentially one try we've scored outside of the Eels game. Not the Eels game. Outside of the Eels game, I would nearly make a bet that we've held the ball on the set after points once or twice this season, and I'm being honest. Broncos says, why Titans so shit right now? Well, it's as good. They're as good as your English spelling skills, that's for sure. Fit tackle now for the Warriors, but then again, you are from Brisbane, so it makes sense. Fit tackle now at the 35, and Wade Egan goes to the left. Harris Savida has been hit there. Is it a penalty? No, it is going to be fine. And Keanu Kenny gets the ball at 10. And that's also like, how do players just not go save two hands? Well, the issue is that why is it always Tino and Mo? That's the issue for mine. Why is it always Tino and Mo this season who continuously drop the ball on the first tackle after points? It's just insane. The thing is, like, people are saying strip in the chat. If it was a strip, then sure, but like this has been a theme throughout the entirety of the year. The entirety. Curtis Moran now will get this ball to the 45. The 45, and this is what my post-game post on BKRsport Instagram is going to be about, that's for sure. Jazz Titans will improve in time for sure. Yeah, well, look, I back you in, man. I believe it. Like, you can't. We're not expecting greatness now. But like, you would have expected a little bit better than what the pathetic showing that we've seen today. But like in time, you've hopefully got to see something different. But unfortunately, they're a very difficult team to support, bro. Very, very difficult team to support. I was about to say, this is the calmest I've heard Blaze stream a Titans game in the next minute. Yeah. Yeah, look, Multi for life, you're right. Thought the Titans are going to compete way more. Usually bogey team with the Wires. You're not wrong, man. They usually are, but they are a bogey team for themselves, the old Gold Coast Titans. The Gold Coast Titans' biggest bogey team is themselves. Keanu will get the catch, but Hallisima will get the tackle at the 20. Let's just go back to that Cowboys-Titans game. My God, gave me a brain aneurysm. Exactly right. The Cowboys-Titans game was really the first game that you specifically noticed it, and every other fan base noticed it too. And now you're getting to watch on alongside it because it happened in the Dragons game too, and it's obviously happened in this game. Jojo for feeder. Great run here from Jojo. Brings the ball to the 40 on fourth tackle. Checker One says Warriors in the same boat back in 2012. Sure, but we've been this since also that time. This is the thing. It's like Warriors have been in the same boat, but we're talking consistency over limited time frame. Like, you've never won the premiership, but you've also never won a spoon. We've won 2 spoons. Tigers have won multiple spoons. Dragons haven't won a spoon, but they're looking like it right now. Knights have won multiple stints of spoons. Warriors, you don't understand to this extent. But you've had some... The Warriors are a really peak purgatory club where they've won minor premierships,
But no one really cares about minor premierships. They care about the grand final. If you win the minor premiership, it's like Raiders last year. Like, they won the minor premiership. No one actually cares they won the minor premiership last year. So it's like the Warriors have... Your frustrations for your club over the years have actually come from a different section of the frustration. Ours comes from just continuously being shit. Yours comes from continuously being kind of in that peak of mediocrity, where like you have your really good moments, and you did make the grand final in 2011. You did make the grand final, what, 2001 was it, or 2001? Unfortunately, you lost those, and that's kind of the peak of what we've seen from the Warriors. But they also haven't won that spoon, and they haven't done that. So it's just that peak of mediocrity. But they're having some really good years now, which is great. But unfortunately, well, fortunately for you as well, I should say, the Warriors don't understand the extent of kind of Titans, Tigers, and even Knights per se. But Knights have started a couple of good years recently. But you understand what I'm trying to say there anyway. Again, I like the Wires are... I would honestly say it goes Titans, and it goes soft spot for the Sharks from a mum, and then I'd probably say I'd rather the Warriors win other than anybody else as well. I'd like to see the Warriors win. Fit tackle now at the 25. It's just that people who are new to the channel today would be seeing me react like this and thinking, oh, yeah, it's the Warriors. Anyone who watches my streams regularly knows I like them. I love them. But it's just that you play my team today. Knock on here from Lofiana Campera. That's actually a penalty for offside. Yep. Titans ball at 10. Good rehearsal for the Wars. Titans 2026 grand final. No, it is not. Turn 2, thank you. Sorry, I was 1 year off. Sports says, you guys really have good players. As you grind me today. First tackle now for the Titans. They're going to be 3 minutes out from the line. 20 minutes to go here at the game, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. 20 minutes to go. 6 again. If we drop the ball here in this set, I might lose my mind. Don't forget, we've got Rabbitohs Dragons right after this, and then we've got, we're going to drop the ball, but it's going to go backwards. Shannon de Groot now to the 15, second tackle. Collins, don't feel down whether all teams have their down patches. Colin, I'm not biting. I'm not biting at that comment. I'm not biting at you saying don't feel down. All teams go through rough patches. Are we serious? Are we serious? You're telling me don't feel down because all teams go through rough patches whilst we've gone through 16 years of a rough patch. Really? This is what we're doing. I'm not going to buy it. So fourth tackle, Cooper Bye out to the left-hand side. Ilias is now... Oh, there's the drop ball. We called it, didn't we? We knew it was coming. Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew that drop ball was coming at some point, and bada bing, bada boom, there's your knock on here, ladies and gentlemen. But it's okay though, guys, because all teams have their down patches. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Pascal needs more minutes, surely. I agree, Blake. Yes. 100%. Oh, oh, bro, people have no idea. Oh, dude, these Titans are so painful. We gotta... Don't... Azu, shush. No, we're going to see you on the next stream, Azu. I can't deal with you today. Azu, I'm sorry. We're going to see you on the next stream, bro. Some of your comments today have been absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, brother. Mind-blowing, mind-blowing. We're going to see you on the next stream, Azu. I can't deal with you right now. I cannot deal with you right now. Some of your comments have been mind-blowing, mind-blowing, mind-blowing. We'll see you in the next game. We'll see you at Dragons, Rabbitohs. 18 minutes to go of this game. Do you think Tino puts too much pressure on himself to get results? Yes, yes. The answer to this question is absolutely yes. Tino cares just like I do. Tino cares like everybody else. And unfortunately, the results impact him emotionally, yes. So, Warriors ball, 4th tackle, 45. They impact him emotionally. And when the club's not going well, he's not going well mentally. And I can tell you this from personal experience with him. And I hate it, but I love it. But I hate it, but I love it. And I know you know what I mean by that. Like, it's so good to see that he does really love this club and wants to put in the best ever for this club. But unfortunately, he has a similar mentality in regards to myself where it does impact us like genuinely, because we know what it means to the fans. We know how the unsuccessful club has been. We see the people who put in effort that no one gives recognition to because we're a small club with no success kind of deal. And sometimes, yeah, he does try really hard, but and that does impact him. There's a drop ball from the Titans, so it's going to be Warriors ball to 40. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Jess says, a lovely passion for the game. You are addictive. I've started setting my alarm to listen in. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate the support. Peter says, do you think Moana Pacifica folding will have a negative effect on the second New Zealand team? Why? John says, go to Titans. Get around you, John. Dragons are going to get their first win against the Rabbits, trust me. Well, we'll see. I thought this couldn't get any worse until I realised it's Rabbits up versus Dragons up next. Yes, it is. Give me 1 second here, folks. Give me 1 sec. Alright. 17 minutes left. Loffy goes out of the right-hand side. Sam Healy to Fisher Harris. Second tackle. I still can't believe Lecker hasn't scored here today. He's been a machine, but he just hasn't been able to get over the stripe. Super odd. Super odd. Like, he's definitely deserved it today. Alright, Warriors now. They'll be at the 10 on the second tackle. They'll score 100%. You know it. 1,000,000%. Titans haven't been great at all. You know the Warriors will score here. Give it to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd, Fisher Harris, out to Harris to Vida. Roger. And you know what? Well done, Titans, for stopping that one. Forward tackle at 3. I would love to hear it. I would love to see if there's any Titans fans in groups actually defending this. Fit tackle, because there typically is. And that should be a 6 again, but they didn't call it. Sam Healy will actually run it himself, and he's going to be half a metre short. Well done. Well, 1,000,000% doesn't come off. The Titans will actually hold out, but it's going to be Titans ball at the 3. That's brilliant to watch, isn't it? God bless him. Curtis Moran is grabbing at his left arm. He's been one of our best players this season, and unfortunately, Curtis Moran, he is grabbing at his arm. God bless him. Hopper says, bro, you need a BK double whopper combo. Takes a disappointment away. Well, I'm here in Bangkok, mate, so I got plenty of good food here. Titans penalty. Who was that in the background of the Titans just now who was trying to hype up the boys? I think that was Oliver Pascoe. Well done to him. I don't know who it was, but whoever was trying to fire up the boys, good on ya, because you don't typically say that. I'm just going to do that. Someone says, like, these type of errors only tells one message to the fans. They just don't give a shit. They do. No, I'm not going to buy into that. The Titans do care, but there are certain players that unfortunately need to be moved. If you're so ever-ridden, you just tuck the ball under both arms and play it safe. Because you cannot tell me that Tino doesn't care. You can't. You can't tell me Tino doesn't care. Cares too much in a way. Well, he does. He cares too much. Well, Curtis Moran's actually still running here. Good on him. Josh Patson gets the ball and he'll bring this ball to... Oh, he's lost the ball. Knock on. That was a good run from him, though. This says Aaron Clark is one of the Premier locks now. Yes, he is. Yeah, no, just because players have errors and stuff, man, does not say at all that the players don't care. Ah, boy. Warriors ball at 20. Sorry, I can't give you an exciting stream here today, folks, but I know you understand. Well, hopefully we can change it around for the next couple of games. Tay, bro, you're like on the edge of just never returning, eh? Like, second tackle, if you've been a dick... Like, I literally... This is the weird thing about people like you who have been around the channel for a while, Tay, bro. It's that, like... I genuinely get around the Warriors every single week. So like it astounds me when we have supporters of the channel who watch every single week that are being dickheads for no reason today. Because I actually love your club. I back your club in pretty much every other week. We play against like we're gonna probably see you for the next one, bro. But it just astounds me. It's like people just wait. They wait to be a dickhead. And just like, I have never shown any dislike or disdain for this club. I really like the Warriors. And I would really like to see if the Titans don't win this year, which obviously they're not going to, I'd really like to see your club do it. But people like you, fans like you, make it difficult to want that. Even though I genuinely do regardless. Like, I genuinely want to see the Warriors win regardless, but not for fans like you, man. It's disappointing because there's always fans like you in every single club, but it's just like, I genuinely like your club. And I really loved when I went to New Zealand. I really loved it because there were people there that were actually good fans, not morons like yourself. Second tackle here at the 30, and there's been unfortunately a few today, but you know, at the end of the day, we keep on doing what we're doing, and we still crack by it, but you're a knob. So first tackle here for the Titans, and they're going to be the 18. And Cooper Byers going to bring this ball now to the 13. Second tackle here at the 15 now. 12 minutes to go here of the game. Lachlan Ilias. Ilias gives it off to Josh Paxton. Paxton, good offload, and the Titans are going to be at the 4 through Jaden Campbell. Lagan says, we lose every week. We lose every week. You're nothing special. We lose every week. No, we won last week. We won. Oh, no, absolutely, Jazz. Every club has it. That's why I said, like, every club has it. We have it. You can consider me a fuckwit if you like. you can consider me one of them if you really like to. Every club has it, bro. That's why I say. A lot of us Warriors fans know that you have huge respect for us and it's mutual. Appreciate you, Jazz. 10 metres away, 4 tackle. Bro, says, from the main people, it's more disappointing because they watch and follow the journey, so it's definitely just wanting, yeah. Well, there's the drop ball. Oh, they're going to say we're backwards and Flamani will score. A broken attack is going to end up as a score. A broken attack will end up as a try. So it's 28-8 with a kick to come here. We'll take it. We'll take what we can get, man. We'll take what we can get. And Bulldogs' whole fan base is it. I'm kidding. Don't kill me. Not really. I'm not a Bulldogs fan. I won't defend them, but Lag and that will, I'm sure. 10 minutes to go. The game here, folks. Titans will score 28-8 with a kid to come. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Home of the NRL says it is really individual efforts from the Titans this year. Yeah, it is, man. You know, they showed some moments in this game, but again, it was just some really dumb plays. That was actually, yeah, it definitely was knocked back there from Jojo, but it is a broken attack, and Keanu's actually going to get the assist here too. That was my super coach. Ty says, who do you get rid of if you were the coach tomorrow? How do you even fix this? My first point of action is I am playing and I'm biting the bullet and putting Zane Harris into the 7, JC to the 6. I'm doing it. As a coach, I am making the big ballsy decision, but I also don't know they're going to miss the kick. I don't know how much influence our coaches actually receive from this club because I know about issues with Desi and also with Justin, but less with Justin, more so with Desi. I really hope Josh Hannay has every right to make his decisions. But the first point that I do tomorrow is I put JC 6 and I put Zane 7, and I use that the whole year. I don't change it regardless of what happens. Regardless, don't care how much we lose by, you don't change it. And you just, you pack it through for the rest of the year. And you have to bite the bullet because that is the future. Ilias and JC is not our future. JC in the 6 is our future, in my opinion, and I think that Zane Harris in the 7 is definitely our future. But I don't think that JC and Ilias is the future, so we're kind of playing pointless football right now. And the attack isn't going well. Across the entire season, besides one game against the Eels, we've given up 50 points 3 times this year. So that's the first thing I do. Second thing I do is I need to figure out if Oliver Pascoe is an 80-minute hooker. If he's an 80-minute hooker, I would be using him as an 80-minute hooker. If he's not an 80-minute hooker, then I can understand why he's coming on a little bit later, and I can understand why Sam Verrills is the one getting the start still. That's a good run there from Oliver Pascoe, brings the ball to the 40. And then outside of that, there's not really too much that you can currently do. You just need to see how that's going to go for the next, half year.
I think that, that's going to be a knock on here from Cooper Byers. Offload that ball, and Ola Pascoe was coming through. Unfortunately, knocks the ball on. If Pascoe is at 80 minutes, I blame him, but that's not the first thing that I do. Gary says your reaction to your team was the same for me and was in Sharks game. We all go through it, bro. Coco Jumbo with the $2 donation. Appreciate you, Coco. Says, am I muted? No, you're not muted, but you're literally only talking about Warriors. So, what do you expect from me today, bro? But appreciate you for the dono. You know, you are not muted, mate. I'm completely happy to talk all things Warriors any other regular time. Like, this is the thing. It's about reading the room in Titans games. I'm happy to talk about the Wars. They're challenging us to the Gold Coast. They're saying that Oliver Pascoe's been hit early or taken early here. Let's see. It's not. Oh, he hasn't even been touched. Yeah, it's just an. Yeah, it comes down to unsuccessful. The challenge made no sense. I'm happy to talk about the Wars whenever we want, man. Like outside of a Titans game. Titans game, it is heavily focused on the Titans sides, and it always will be because I'm a fan of the club. But no, you were not muted. It's very, you've got to understand, it's very difficult for someone to stream games when their team is shithouse and they're getting pumped by the Warriors, who have been good this year. And again, I back them in. I love them. But it's still the Titans. So that's why I'm not here to talk about you needing Leka Halasema for your multi, because I'll be honest with you, right this very second, man, I probably care more about Tyrell Sloan folding his socks than I do about Leka Halasema scoring a try for your multi. I'll be honest with you. Third tackle now for the Warriors, and they're going to be at the 45. Gary says, as ridiculous as it sounds, but teams can try too hard, and that's when all the mistakes happen. 100% agree. No, that is true. And Tino is one of those guys right now. He does. He does try very hard, and he does care a lot, and unfortunately makes mistakes because of it. Tate said, I don't understand why I'm getting muted because we're winning. Well, you haven't been muted. No, the reason why I was responding that way is because you've been a dickhead. That's why. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with a lot of the Warriors fans in the chat. You're just being a knob. That's why we're responding to you. So they go to Bo Firma. But you want this reaction. So you're getting the reaction that you want. You can take your pants off and have fun with it all you like, that you're getting the reaction that you want here, mate. But you're a knob. Yeah, you are. Nothing wrong with the Warriors winning. Warriors deserve this win. Titans definitely don't deserve to win this game. They are very deserving losers of this game completely and 100%. But unfortunately, there is different ways to go about it. And I give your team a fair go every single week. So it's just surprising from people like yourself who are usually here. Tyra says, yes, some are loud and wrong. Warriors will never win a championship. Well, I hope they do. I hope they do win a championship. Curtis Moran out to Lachlan Elias. Elias then short ball to Bo Firma. And Bo Firma's going to be at the 45. Michael says, we need this, and next 21 rounds need a chance to win. Okay, how many NRL's Pascoe needs more minutes too? Yeah, I agree. Tino gets a grab there. He'll offload that ball to Ramahau. Ramahau might actually score here. Ramahau is going to score here. Good on you, Ram. Well, the Warriors have gone a little bit to sleep here at the back ends. Like, you've won the game, but you've gone a little bit to sleep here. Like, it's 28-12 with a kick to come here. Good on Ramahau with a nice try. How about that? How about that? How about that? Arama is pretty good. Yeah, he's had a really good year, man. It's been great to see Arama how kind of explode the way that he has. It's been really nice to see. 3 more tries, not completely out of the equation. Look, Sam, you know you do you, brother. Look, I'll say that this isn't a disrespectful score anymore. It could have been easily a lot worse. We'll take it. I'm not happy with this game, but we'll take that it wasn't a complete and utter blowout of epic proportions, which at one stage it was looking like it could have been. It was looking like it could have been really brutal to watch. So that's why we'll take 28-14, 6.5 minutes to go. 3 tries is out of the equation, bro. You know, I'm not going to give you the hope. But another try's not out of the equation. We're even still waiting for this to be confirmed, mind you. Caesar's high. Get around you, Sethy. They are still checking this. That was a really nice dummy there from Ram, by the way. Couple dummies. At least the Titans have more of a chance of getting to the top 8 than the Dragons this year. 10% for you, mate, if Dragons win.
All right, we love it, Turkey Slaver. Still waiting to confirm this. And it is confirmed. So there you go. So it's 28-14. It was 6.5 minutes to go. Neither team have a chance to make the top 8 this year. But after this game, the Titans never lose a game ever again. You just got to keep on saying it. Oh, boy. Good try from Aramo, though. It says lots of respect, man. I did my first live stream last night. It was 2 hours, 30 minutes late. Broke my tripod before going live and phone died for 3 hours. It was fun, though. Yeah, we'll have a crack, man. Good on you. 6.5 minutes to go here. Dragons haven't won a game this year. Why would you compare them? The NRL says... Sure, but he's just trying to say, he's basically what he's trying to allude to is that the Dragons are in a worse situation than the Titans, and I would slightly disagree. But I would, where I will agree is that the Dragons have not gone into a rebuild yet, whilst the Titans are in the beginning of a rebuild, sorry. The Dragons refuse to rebuild. They refuse. They just, Keanu's down injured right now, God bless him, man. I hope he's okay. Keanu... I don't know what's happened here, but God bless him. Where I will agree is that the Dragons are refusing to go into a rebuild whilst the Titans are currently at the beginning of a rebuild. Where I will disagree is that we are both shithouse right now. Redux says, realistically, where do you see the Titans coming this year with the new coach and all? For me, I've got the 15th to 12th, but wouldn't surprise me if they get it up around 9th, 8th. Well, if in my preseason prediction video, I did put us for 13th, I think. 17, 16, 15, 14. Yeah, I think I put us for 13th, just outside the bottom 4, with a peak of potentially 8th. But I don't think there's any... I don't think we're getting 8th. I think we'll come home a little bit strong at the end because we have a lot of home games late on. But this team is... This team is still very much the beginning of a rebuild, man, and Josh Hannay needs to implement himself. You can't judge a coach until a year and a half in, and we're only 7 games into his coaching tenure. Right now, it's about removing the old demons from the club and moving in a different direction, moving in the Josh Hannay direction, and hopefully putting ourselves into a better position going forward. So, I don't expect top 8 this year. I never did expect top 8 this year at all. I also don't expect last. Even though fans will come out and say, the Titans, of course, are going to come last. It's like, well, I don't think so. Bo Furman's going to be at the 40. I do think we have a good enough team to avoid the spoon. But it's not out of the equation either. Jaden Campbell will kick this ball up into the corner. Good chase here from Philip Sami, and good slap up there at the 3. Kenny's such a tough little fella, man. Yeah, it's so good to see that he got his confidence back after last week. Everyone says, yeah, we didn't want to put another 66-6 right after a fitty bomb last week. Such a nice club. And that's the thing. That's why, I can understand why Warriors fans, not all Warriors fans, there's definitely a lot of respectful ones, but, I can understand why certain Warriors fans really like to kick the boot into the Titans right now, and kick the boot into me as well, because the Titans, over the last 6 years, have been a painful club for them to play. They lost 66-6 at Seabus. That did happen. They did lose on Anzac Day, 27-24 in 2024 at home. As well. They've lost a lot of games in the last 6 years to this club. So I can understand from that perspective why Warriors fans love to kick the boot in, even though it's like, we're both not won anything. So first tackle with the Titans at 30. Laurie says, agree, rebuild for the Titans can still beat any team on the day. Just look at Foreign, Manly with the run, bro. Well, Manly haven't proven anything yet. They've won 3 games in a row, but against lower opposition. Against lower opposition. Third tackle now for the Titans at the 50, but I really want to see Manly do well with Fuzzer. JC, Ramahau, he'll be at the 42. I really want to see them kick on. When they play the Panthers in 2 weeks, that'll tell me a lot about Manly. Fifth tackle now for the Titans at the 33. And the Titans kick this one down to Dalmatini Lesniak, and he'll be at the 10 on first tackle. 3.5 minutes to go here, guys. We will be live again in half an hour from now for the Rabbitohs versus Dragons, and that'll be a very different stream. So if you're wanting to actually talk about the Warriors and real positive, blah, 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 I'm happy to do it on that stream. And if you want to talk about whatever, we can do it on that game, and also the game after that, which is the Tigers versus the Broncos. I'm always here, no matter what. No matter what. I just wish we could enjoy one season on the Gold Coast. One season without having a brain aneurysm.
Oh, because it's lovely commentary and the professionalism. I need to be better in regards to certain aspects of my professionalism, that's for sure, and good sportsmanship. I hope Titans get on track to compete still early in the com. I'm always trying to learn, man. I appreciate that you enjoy the streams and enjoy the channel. At the end of the day, I do need a little bit more professionalism, like especially with Titans games. Like I don't usually swear in games, but with Titans games, it happens. And just the way that the carry on, but it's just how I am. You know, it is I'm just very passionate about this club, and I want to see better. And unfortunately, we don't get better. But there's always room for improvement with everything. But I appreciate that you enjoy the channel. Chad says I've got 0% hate for the Titans despite the bogey team status. I think that you don't hate the Titans, but if there's a club that you don't want to see win the comp before you, it's us. Because we are the team immediately after you. So it's always the team where they go right inside to Faimani, and Faimani's going to bring this ball to the 25. This game is very similar to how the Cowboys game operated, by the way. But the Warriors were better than what the Cowboys were. They just didn't score as many points, actually, funnily enough. I think no matter what, you don't want the team after you to win a premiership before you do. So if the Titans won before the Warriors, that'd be really painful for you. Keep it by straight through. Curtis Morin will score here. We're going to lose 1-12. We'll take this for our points differential. It's about to be 28-20. A minute 44 to go here. That's actually... Curtis Morin scores a try. He's been good for us this year. Unfortunately, though, this is going to take a lot of accountability away from a lot of these, a lot of people from this club, because they'll be like, oh, well, we only lost by 8. And it's like, well, if you watch the game, you know what the complaints are, though. The scoreline isn't reflective of how a lot of this game has gone. Because the thing is that when I'm saying that with the Titans winning over the Warriors first, I think it's first. If the Warriors get the premiership first, they wouldn't care if the Titans don't get it. But if the Titans win it first before you, you're like, well, they came in well after us and they won it before us. And the same thing goes with the Titans and the Dolphins. You know, like I wouldn't care less if the Dolphins, probably would, but like I wouldn't care really too much if the Dolphins won it post the Titans did. But it'd be killer if they won prior to the Titans. So a minute 42 to go here. There's no way. It's not happening. But Warriors fans, you must be a little bit like, what's happening here? We get a bye next week, which we'll take right now. We do get a bye around next week. If you score in the next 40 seconds here, Titans, you actually would make this a game. So Jalen DeGrew, 4 tries to 1 since half time. Warriors second half, they really slipped off here. I think if you're a Warriors fan, you're disappointed with how this game has ended. You should have probably scored 50. You should have scored 50 in this game. I don't think this is a shit-talking thing. Like, I see a lot of people saying too little too late Titans as if like to talk shit. You should be a bit concerned here about how this game has ended, though. Again, you're going to win the game, but you should be pretty concerned how it's ended. Kick this ball into the corner here, and it's going to be a dropout. Wow, they actually... What's happened with the Warriors in the second half? The Titans are not going to win this game, but you're just like, what's happening with the Warriors right now? It's definitely not like room to talk shit of too little too late Titans. You should be really concerned with how this game is finishing up. Like, you've gone to sleep here, and like you want to really improve your points differential to get up close to the Panthers, and also keep in touch there with the well, you're above the Tigers right now, points differential wise, but you don't want to finish the games off like this. So the Titans now at the 40, especially with how easy it's been for the Warriors today. Cooper Bye brings this ball to the 25, 20 seconds to go here. Come on, Rugby gods, give me an 8-point try. Elias to Jaden Campbell, out to Jojo Fafita, Faimani, 6 seconds to go here. And they'll lose the ball. So they'll be taken down at the 15. Warriors have a habit of doing this. They do, Les, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's a concerning theme. But, like, with that being said, they're still going to win the game, and they deserve to win it. And unfortunately, this is going to take a lot of accountability away from the Titans performing in the crucial parts of this game. But look, Warriors fans, well done to you. You know, there's nothing wrong with you here. There's no criticism of you. You've won the game, and you've done it fine. Very concerned about your second half, but like, you've won the game, and it's as simple as that. So you'll go in second position for the time being, but obviously the Tigers will be playing the Broncos later on tonight, which will be live for. So congratulations, Warriors fans. Absolutely nothing against you at all. Titans, unfortunately, really disappointing. Like, I'll be honest with you, 28-20 just doesn't ring any bells for me. If you've watched this game, it was full of knock-ons, it was full of errors. I feel like the Warriors have been the ones to let the Titans back in at the end there. At least the Titans did fight to the end on their own merit, but, like, they let the game get well too away from them from their own stupidity in the first half, man, and it was just very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. And I think they're really lacking the attack, and that 20 points doesn't really prove anything too much to me at all. So, congratulations to the Warriors, you're into second position. Titans, obviously, you're still in the bottom four, and you've got to buy next week at the very least, which will be beneficial for us. But yeah, very frustrating there for the Gold Coast to perform the way they did, because if they didn't perform like that in the first half, well, they scored 4 tries to 1 in the second half. The Titans, 4 tries to 1. Paul says first half 32 missed tackles. Wrong. First half 35 missed tackles. That's how bad it was. Yeah, the first half lost the Titans the game. First half, that's what lost them the game. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off it for now. We'll see you in 25 minutes' time for the next game, which is the Rabbitohs versus the Dragons. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for understanding how we are on these games compared to other ones. You guys are just the same with your team as you are, as I am with my team. So just understand that. But I appreciate you. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and I'll see you for the Rabbitohs versus the Dragons. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.